Hello, folks. So we got a little situation tonight, and hopefully this audio and video is actually viewable. I have no idea if my computer can handle pushing up these giant files and streaming at the same time. But we got to push a hotfix out. So it turned out that anybody who wasn't using extended would crash the game whenever they loaded into the Nightingale ship. So I'm hotfixing that right now. I've already got Xbox up. PC on Bethesda.net is up. The non-extended list here, this is the last one I really need, says it's going up, but I don't know what's going on with Nexus here. And then I'm updating the main mod as well, just to make sure that the what's it called, Nexus Vortex gets the memo. It seems Vortex seems to not know that there are updates unless I update the primary mod. So we're going to go ahead and make sure that happens too. So we'll just chill here, wait for this to occur, and I'll just chat with you guys for a bit. We got lots to talk about because Starfield's launch date was just announced, which is freaking incredible. Let me go back through messages up here for a second. Oscar Fry, can you run a small quest test with current version? Jake breaks a hub of the problem. Maybe we might make it to that quest today. I doubt it, but we can try. Let's see. Sinister 1, while it isn't good, a hotfix necessary. Appreciate you posting them when you're trying to get deep into Chapter 3 work. Yeah, I'm not going to, like, if people find a crashing issue or just like a full-on like mechanic stopper, something where like there's something seriously broken and I know how, and I can find the solution, I'm gonna fix it. The one so far that I haven't been able to resolve that I would like to hotfix in as well is Act 3 of the CPD apparently still is problematic for folks. Like that's like the best part of the CPD quest line. So if I can figure out why that's not starting for folks, I'll probably hotfix that as well. Yeah, hotfix for a hotfix, the short one. This is basically just like a secondary issue that only cropped up because the only reason I even found out about this was because a PC player who wasn't using extended happened to have it, and they installed buff out, and so they were able to identify the problem. Let's see. Jason Locrans, hoping 9.6 is enough time for Chapter 3 with no cuts. Thank you so much for the donation. Yeah, I'm hoping so as well. I mean, there's going to be... So for everybody who, if you haven't seen it already, Bethesda posted that the launch date for Starfield is September 6th, which is wonderful news on our side. So originally we were going to try and launch like in October of last year. And then when they delayed Starfield, we decided to pump the brakes and try and get in all of our dream features. We had a few particular features where I was like, this is going to make the mods so much better, but it's going to take a long time to get working. So we hit the brakes and did that. And now we're like, if they were going to release in June, it would be cutting it real close for us to beat them to market. So like that gives you a rough idea where we're aiming for with the release window. But with September, it is no question that we can get it released sometime this summer. So I don't have a date for each Chapter 3. I don't have a full feature list. There'll inevitably be some things that get cut just because they're just not quite baked enough, and I'd rather push them to post-launch or save them for my next thing I get into after some settlements or whatever. We'll figure that out. But right now our goal is to just get all of the mechanics we have in right now polished up, get all the quests working, and then we'll see what we got. And then we'll see about what a good release date is and all that fun stuff. This one I think I might need to re-upload. It seems to be stuck. Let's do that. Refresh. All right, let's try this again. I'm trying to upload 2.3.2b. Don't worry, I will still stream. We'll still get in. We're just kind of reversing things today. We're doing chat time first, and then we'll do... oh, it lost the thing. Hold on a second. We'll do chat time first, and then we'll play. Let's see. I need to do optional files, upload new version. Here we go. Without extended, 232b. And then we find our... Well, we don't want an alpha build. We want our without extended. Where is it? Here we go. Excludes extended. We'll let that go. This could take a while. So you guys, plenty of chat time right now. Let's see here. Going on down the questions I missed. Jake Companion mod when? Yeah, Jake Companion would be really cool. No idea if we'll be able to pull it off just due to the amount of work it would take, but we'll see. Any idea why there are not proper patch procedures for downloads anymore? Why do we have to download the whole mod again? It's basically because the way the game mods are packaged, there are exactly 3 files for each mod. And that's all we can do. We can just update the files. And so rather than trying to post like just the, like 90% of, I'd say 99% of the time, at minimum, the patch is going to be 2 of the 3 files. So then I might as well just include the other one. Just make it simpler. And then for Xbox and people downloading from Bethesda.net, they have no choice but to download all of it again. Let's see here. Arnold34, I've been playing FO4 and remembering what I loved about Conqueror. I think the best part was giving the raiders some much needed flavor and make them feel like real people and not mooks. Yeah, I mean, we were actually on the team discussing today how cool it would be to get Conqueror ported to like the story of Conqueror ported forward, and it seems unlikely, but I haven't given up hope. We'll just say that. But first thing first, we gotta take Jake's story to conclusion. I don't want two stories floating out there without a satisfying ending. Aiden companion mod. Yeah, I don't. I think if anybody gets a companion situation, it would be Jake. I think Aiden would definitely be close second. I know there's a lot of people who like the kind of relationship they've got where one of them is kind of Jake is like all hope and Aiden is like super realist, like hardcore realist, and how those play off of each other. So those definitely are our fan favorites. Speaking of fan favorites, you guys love the Ron. And I told you I'm going to bring the Ron on at some point to do a. So what we've been calling it internally is the thirst. What do we call it? Thirst super chats. Or I can't remember what I'm trying. I know it's thirst, but I can't remember what do they call these things in YouTube? Is it super chat? I think it's super chat. Yeah, thirst super chats where you guys get to have voice actors read stuff as your favorite characters. We did the one with Tom, who voices Jake, and we did another with River, who voices Aiden. Well, I'm lining one up with Cyrus, who does the voice of the Ron, and I don't know if he was a little hesitant about what you guys would try and make him say, or maybe he was feeling like it was a little too much pressure, but he didn't want to do it alone, and so he convinced Tom to join him. So when we do the Ron charity stream, it's going to be the Ron and Jake simultaneously. So start thinking about what kind of scenes you want to hear play out, because it won't just be super chat for one person. You'll have two people to pick from or have them play off each other. We're going to have to come up with some rules for it so that you guys don't send in screenplays and have them reading off the whole thing in one shot. We're still figuring out the details, but I imagine that'll happen sometime in April, because we got to get our schedules worked out, and I have a lot of travel in the next 2 months, so it's going to be a little awkward to schedule. We're going to make it happen, because those are so much fun. We raised a bunch of money for charity, so yeah, look forward to that. It's going to be cool. Let's see here. Shadows are sorry for the late response. I was caught up work on some level design. Thank you for taking the time to look at it. Maybe it was just me. Oh yeah, with your world repop cells, yeah, and you got some cool ones in there. Next time you run into it where your test command doesn't work, just either DM me on Discord or post it in the new modder help, the specific cell that wasn't working for you, and I'll look at that one. But I tried like 10 of yours, just randomly picking from the list. All of them worked, so I didn't know if maybe you were using the wrong command or what was going on there. But yeah, you got a great start there to an awesome mod. Shadows is working on a hefty collection of expanding the world repop cells, so you guys should look forward to that add-on coming out hopefully soon, if we can get figure out what bug was hitting you. Let's see, going on down. 2 large pepperoni and calzone. Thank you for dealing with that issue so promptly. It's really appreciated. Yeah, thanks for you and who was the other person? 2 of you were chatting about it in the Discord, and I caught wind of it, and that pointed me to Rika pointed me to that thread, and that person gave me the crash log. Thank God for buff out. Oh man, this is going so slow. See, this is what I was worried about with the stream, because we're basically hogging all my bandwidth to do this, so this could take a while. I don't know what to do here. I gotta get this up. For those players. We don't want them crashing. So however long it takes, we'll sit and chat. Because the alternative is I could kill the stream, let that upload, but I'm not positive that it would go much faster, because it was already going slow. I think this might be a Nexus issue. Let's see here. Deep Dive Gaming. Hello, kinggath. Hello. Let's see here. Sinister. No, all features in SS2. Yeah, we're cramming a lot of features. Like some of the stuff that we've got in here is it's stuff that was like on the dream list back when I started modding Fallout 4, and I'm so happy we've got it in. Yeah, the Starfield launch date is wonderful. Like I jokingly tweeted out that they should delay it again and just ship it with the modding tools. That would be awesome. Because every month we gain, there'll be a little more stuff. Because what's going to end up likely happening is we'll probably ship sometime in the summer, and then during the time between then and Starfield's release, I'll be putting out patches. So it'll be the fixes and hopefully cramming in some of the content that you know, was like almost there, but we decided to push it to post-launch. You guys know me. I like to have flashy stuff in some of the, especially in the early patches, to make sure people are excited to come back. So we'll have some of that stuff. Deep Dive Gaming, my crew is excited about Chapter 3 as well as Starfield. Here's hoping they're both good from the get-go. Yeah, I agree. I think with an extra, if they were like on the verge of shipping and they got a whole extra year to work on it, because, you know, while they delayed it, you think about it, they delayed it in November, but they actually they delayed it from November, but they actually delayed it before then, and they probably would have had to gone gold before that. So they're effectively getting a full year extra from the developer standpoint to work on this. I guess it's probably like 10 months. But that's a lot of time when you're at the finish line, because the majority of stuff happens in game dev or in any big project development. If any big creative endeavor, big giant things happen toward the end, because it's less, there's no more stuff like that's ethereal thoughts where you're like trying to get a vision out of somebody's head. It's all just work remaining to do, so to bring everything together. And then the more time you have, the tighter you can get that vision and the better you can make it look. So I have very high hopes for this. And it seems like even Todd did his little clip where he was talking at the end, which was, oh cool, it finished, which was shocking. He okay, now we just need this one, and then we're good to go. We can start playing. So the part where Todd was talking, he was even just floored with how much content is in there, and he made a comment on that. And you could, Juicehead did a video pointing out that it was weird to hear Todd talking off the cuff in one of these videos and not a scripted thing. Like usually he does his presentations, they're very polished, and instead it was just, he just was kind of shooting from the hip there, and he sounded very sincerely impressed with what Bethesda put in that game. So I'm pretty hyped about it. All right, let's see here. Ageo Comics, quick question. Is there a feature that makes it easier to find the city planner's desk? There is a tracking feature, yes. It is not unlocked by default, unless you use the cheat holotape to unlock it, but there's a tracking option. You can track the city planner's holotape, or the city planner's desk, rather. Any way to get the RON in our settlements or HQ? No, I don't think that I mean, you could force it with, so there's a little mod I put out. It's an alpha. It's kind of like a proof of concept mod. I put it out in the optional files on Workshop Framework's Nexus page, and it lets you recruit anybody in the game as a settler. It was just like a test thing to see if I could get it working, because when I rewrote a lot of Workshop Framework's code, I don't remember when I did this, a year ago, I had this idea of like, well, there's really the only thing, there's really no reason for NPCs to need this special script on them. So there's this script called Workshop NPC script, and usually people that can be settlers have to have it. Well, when I dug into the code and I really understood how all the workshop stuff worked, the script really wasn't necessary. It was just something Bethesda did to simplify things, probably for their quest designers, so they didn't have to think about it much, but it wasn't necessary. So I recoded the workshop scripts to make that an optional file, and then I was like, okay, well, now that I've done this, I could just make a little recruitment script and recruit anybody into the thing. So you could use that. You would break all sorts of stuff. Like, I don't recommend using it on characters that are part of quests. And I will say, and I think this is without spoiling things, that the Ron will be making a return in Chapter 3, and we'll have some stuff to do, so you don't want to break him. Nick Carter, can the Ron's toupee be worn by the player? It was meant to be. Okay, little inside info, and this might get patched in at some point. So you guys know the scene where you find the Ron, and he's spoiler alert, by the way. For Chapter 2 stuff. You come back and find the Ron, and he's recently been beaten up by the gunners, and his toupee is on the ground. It's supposed to be lootable, and we couldn't get it. So we got that part to work, but it wouldn't render in his hair color. The only way we could get it to render in his hair color is to make it static. So what I need to do is just talk to somebody like Wanamingo or Nero, or somebody who knows how to do all that funky stuff with armor records, and get them to fix it for us, and then we can restore that feature. And the Ron even has a special dialogue line where if you later, like after that quest, if you return to him and you are wearing his toupee, that he'll comment that you've got great hair or something along those lines. So we already have like this whole sequence of events set up for that, and we just couldn't get it technically working, and it was like, it wasn't worth delaying the mod over. Like, it was literally one of the last bugs we were working on, because it was such this hilarious Easter egg that we wanted to see somebody stream, and we just couldn't get it working. Not crazy. Would love to see Jake Aiden and Ron Mansfield act out an alley scene from King of the Hill. I mean, the dream. So I've talked about this in the past. One of my problems with having large groups of people in a podcast scenario is it becomes difficult to not only tell who's talking. I mean, with characters like that, it's a little easier because they have their very distinct voices. But it's hard for us to communicate with one another because we can't see who's about to talk unless we do webcams. And most of these folks, myself included, are kind of keep it somewhat, we're not out there showing our faces. We're out there showing our voices. And so like, it's just a privacy concern or like whether people would be comfortable with it. So, yeah, it's one of those things where as I've gotten deeper and deeper into this and realizing more and more that this is the direction, the career path I want to take of trying to make game content, then it's like, well, eventually I'm gonna have to just show my face because people will figure out who I am if I start selling them stuff. Like I make my own game, you guys will figure it out, or if I have to do an interview or something, like people will figure it out eventually. So then it's like I might as well show my face, and then stuff like that, events like that become more feasible if we've got webcams. So who knows what the future is. I think for one with just me, Cyrus, and Tom, we can do it with just voice. We'll see. Pretty sure that's how it's going to go. Yogi, is the unlock system in WSFW or SS2 for purposes of setting a requirement or other mod I'm working on? It is in SS2, not WSFW. There's a few systems where it would, and now like after we've gotten them working, I'm like, I kind of wish I'd have put this in Workshop Framework, and that could have been a good one. Because what has kind of gone into Workshop Framework is stuff that's like interface related. So like all of the systems we have for like the looping menu or selecting a settlement from the menu, or what's another one? The barter system that we use all over the place, where you can like barter people or barter city plans, stuff like that. Or building plans. All those are actually part of Workshop Framework because I feel they're very universally useful. And some other stuff where I think things like the unlock system, I didn't have a clear enough vision for it when I started with it, so that's why I did. That's another requirement for me to put stuff in Workshop Framework, because I have to know exactly what I'm trying to pull off, because I don't mind having like half-baked alpha code like buried in some settlements waiting to be used for later or like to be fleshed out. But in Workshop Framework, because it's like a public framework and I want it to feel very professional and like encourage people to use it as the basis for their mods, I tend to be a little more cautious about what I put in there. Dude, Large Pepperoni, thank you for the donation. Looking forward to this Let's Play. Been a very rough week, and I'm ready to be amused by more combat skills. You know I got them. It looks like this is finally at the loading ring, so we should be getting started with the gameplay shortly here. For those of you guys who don't know why the heck we're just sitting here staring at a Nexus screen, it's because I needed to do a hotfix tonight. So we're waiting for that to upload. It's already up on Xbox. It's up on Bethesda.net for PC players. The non-extended version is up on Nexus, and then right now we're just waiting for the full 2.5 gig super version of SS2 to load up. Oh, my chat just skipped again. Mod 142. I'll second the Little Cola Grenade Dog mod. I actually have it on I have a big whiteboard in my office, and on it I have on there, one of the top things was Small Dogs mod. So the people who worked on getting those dogs in the game are Turkey and Grill. They've released tons of creature mods, and they helped me get all those working. And I told them that I would release it separately and then give them all the donation points. And I never got around to it. And now they work for what's it called? 11. They work for one of the subsidiary companies, one of the companies that works on 76, and now they're not allowed to be part of the modding community. So then that made it of like, no rush then. Like it was mostly gonna do it just to be like, I wanted to give them the credit, but now I couldn't. Like that would get them in trouble at work. And like I feel so now it's like, no rush. I'll do it eventually, because they'll be, they're adorable. And so it's like for people who just need a break from sim settlements or whatever, or want to try a load order without it. I have no qualms with that. Let them play the dogs mod instead, so they can always have their little buddy with them. Because I don't ever want to not have my pooch with me available. I mean, I don't do it on the streams usually because we don't have Little Cola recruitable, although that'll probably be rectified at some point in the mod's lifespan. All right, let's get this loaded. We need to go to hard mode. So the patch is up. Patch is up, everybody. If you didn't catch why I just loaded the game all of a sudden. Let's see. Let's play hardcore day 2 end of session. Did we only play 2? Yeah, I guess I keep pulling us on random tangents doing other stuff. Speaking of which, I got to re-enable these mods. We are going to do another speed modding, I think next week, because I had a lot of fun with it, and I want to get myself trained on that. I want to make that like a specialty of mine. Because I've been talking with some folks, and we might want to turn it into like a charity event, kind of like games done quick. It'd be like modding done fast. So I gotta be in fighting shape for such an event. So I think we're gonna make it like a monthly event. I'm gonna be doing speed modding. Let's see here. Delonic, I downloaded SS2 to liven up the game a bit to find out that the mod had more content than I expected, a bunch of side quests and main quests to go with it. Great job. Thank you. Yeah, it's pretty loaded. Basically, like our team now, we just, whenever we come up with stuff, it's like, if we come up with ideas or cool new things, it's like, let's find a way to put it in some settlements too, and it's turned into this behemoth of a mod now. Oscar Fry, so SS2 Conqueror, we considered Chapter 4. I mean, I guess if we get to do SS2 Conqueror, that would be the closest we get to a Chapter 4. I definitely wouldn't call it a Chapter 4, though, because it would be like an alternate timeline, effectively. Like, there would be, like, I've talked about this before. If we do if we get that in, we'll have little bits of crossover between characters, because we've already done so. Like, Aiden was the antagonist in Conqueror, and so obviously he can't be your buddy as well. So we have that problem to resolve. And so there'll be some crossover in character appearances, but there'll be a point very early in both quest lines where you'll be forced to choose between one or the other. So it'll be like an alternate thing. But that's for another time. All right, let's get into the play. So welcome, guys, to the stream proper now. Now that we're in the actual play point, hopefully I remember to put a timestamp link once this goes live, so folks who didn't understand what was going on and catch the stream later don't have to watch me upload to Nexus. You guys can jump right in. This is our hardcore playthrough. So this is where I've got all of the SS2 mechanics turned on. We've got full component complexity. We've got the diseases turned on. We've got maintenance costs. We've got operating costs. Like everything that can make Sim Settlements more complicated, I've got it on right now. If you find when I'm playing this that I'm going too slow or that this looks dreadful to you, this is not the default set of options in Sim Settlements. You can, and unless you're playing survival, then it kind of is. But you can switch over to another mode via the holotape. If you go to tools, there's a profiles wizard, and you can choose one of the other options to get a much easier set of gameplay options. You can also check out, I've got 2 other playthroughs I've already done on the channel. One is easy mode, one is city builder, or the first playthrough I did of SS2. They both have their own playlists now, and those will show you how you can play without all this complexity. So we're going slow and steady. We're just focusing on all these mechanics, trying to make sure we build a balanced set of settlements as best we can, and slowly make our way. And we're playing the quests mostly as just like something to do while we wait for our settlements to build up, because unlike the other 2 difficulty modes, passing time in hardcore is a bad idea generally, unless you have a crazy good production chain set up, and I do not yet. So we're gonna go slow and steady here. This is week 3 of this, so we've got a couple of play sessions prior. I've turned off everything basically in here. I've got the recruitment beacon turned off. I haven't powered anything up because I don't want upgrades and I don't want settlers coming until I'm ready for them. And right now we've got a situation where, let me bring up my full report here. Let's bring up our daily change, let that load up. There we go. So currently we are hemorrhaging cloth. We need to resolve that. So right now we've got enough cloth to last for, I think it's the next report that has that, days remaining. So we've got 13 days of cloth left, at which point all our stuff will start falling apart. So we've got 13 days to unlock organic materials and get ourselves in a good situation. But otherwise our resources are doing pretty good. We are going to need to get some defense going in order to get our happiness past a certain threshold. But as you can see, happiness is on the rise, so it's still not a problem yet. But this is the kind of thinking you got to do when you're playing in hardcore. The whole idea is like turn this into like more like a hardcore SimCity management simulator where you're really focused on the little tiny needs of your settlement. So not for everybody, but I wanted to try it out because I know a few people who love it say that there are some balance issues. So I want to make sure I get a chance to check it out. And then also I might deliver some tips for people who tried it didn't like it, and maybe this will show them some ways to approach it differently. And I also, some of this is theory crafting by me because I've never done a proper playthrough of this. This is just me. A lot of it is all spreadsheet math. Like I confirmed it all works on spreadsheets. That was good enough for me because I only have so much time to play. So yeah, this is a chance to rectify that. So with all of that stuff out of the way, if you're not familiar with this stream at all, note that I tend to focus on the game for a long time and then switch to chat later. And at any time, if you want to have a chance of catching my attention, make sure you include @kinggath in your text messages because I'm going to fall so far behind on chat. All right, let's see what quest we're on right now. Scabbers Delight. Okay, cool. So we're off to do another quest right now. And then that will lead to us unlocking the jury-rigged martial plot so that we can start actually... let's see, pick up Drumlin. I guess we'll go to Drumlin, sure. So the jury-rigged thing will get us to a point where we can... And we can't fast travel. I was about to fast travel and just realized, oh, wait, we're playing survival mode. I decided to go all in, play survival as well. Because I know that most people who play hardcore are playing on survival mode, so I can get the full... true experience. But we're gonna head over to Drumlin because really it doesn't matter what we're doing. We're just kind of just trying to find go to places to collect more goods, because in the early game of hardcore you really want to be doing a lot of donations, giving the stuff that you don't need, and looting everything you can. Let's see, did I remember water? I did. Hey, there we go. My least favorite part of survival mode. Survival mode on paper sounds amazing. Like, it sounds like something that I would love. I just don't have enough time for it anymore. Alrighty. So I guess we haven't... So Edmund shouldn't be here yet. No, he's not. Okay. Am I heading in the right direction? Yeah. I'm so spoiled with all my fast travel. Oh, coffee. All right, this way, Jake. Let's go. I haven't really decided what kind of character this is going to be. I think I just said it. I think, what did we do? What did we do? I think this is the one character we gave the, yeah, the big bear claw scar. So our Nora's pretty hardcore. So I guess that means we just go in and murder these guys. Because I think I'm super low charisma too. Let's check real quick. Oh yeah, this is not a negotiation build.
We had a deal, Trudy. Hand over the goods. You owe us.
I ain't giving you poison shilling chem pushers anything. Do you know what?
What's our grenade situation? We just open up with a...
done to my boy.
He bought them fair and square, Trudy. Ain't our fault if he's
got you a present. Should have been paying attention, guys. And we don't need... Oh, metal right arm is a little bit of an upgrade. Take. Alright. Those are down. I guess I could sell this stuff to Trudy. I guess that would be smarter. We're supposed to be conserving resources here. Sorry, you guys gonna be naked.
Excuse me. I can't wait to see the crows feeding on that scumbag. Here, this is for you. Now, if you ever need to trade, my shop's open.
You handle that pretty well. Just don't expect any discounts here no time soon.
What are you talking about? I helped her out. I wonder if we got that line conditioned incorrectly. So there's a
sure.
I think he has like 3 or 4 different
All salvage,
lines depending on how that quest plays out. I
junk.
wonder if we got it conditioned poorly. Well, let's see. Oh, you guys love to see me play Barter Simulator, right? Almost as exciting as watching me in combat. Sure, have all those and all those. I don't need, okay, so we need cloth, right? So let's go to junk. I guess I need all sorts of junk now. Oh, we've got some stuff flagged here. remember why I would need concrete. I know for a fact. Oh, you know what? I need asbestos for building houses. And then we need, I think we needed concrete for a similar reason. And then we need cloth. And we can't afford these shipments, can we? These things are crazy expensive, aren't they? Oh, concrete's, is that really only 600? Man, I guess that's a lot given how much I have, but. Straw pillow, yes. Give us that cloth. Teddy bear, perfect. Sure. That'll work. All right, off we go. I guess we might as well grab Starlight while we're over here. Did you see my message about loot detector? Yeah, I've seen a few people suggest loot detector. And I just for the same reason I don't install most other mods. I'm just trying to keep this playthrough as vanilla as possible. It really helps with bug hunting. Like that to me is more valuable than the lost time of fiddling around with inventory problems.
Glad that's over.
It's not over. Keep shooting. Nice work.
That's how it's done.
Yeah, it's your turn, Jake. You got the better gun. Use your ammo.
Never a dull moment.
Alright. Alright, we need to eat some stuff. Oh, some pork and beans. No, that's not enough. What else we got here? I guess I need to do some cooking. Hey, there we go. Z Games, thank you for the donation. Says, define negotiation build. Snora pulls out a fat man in violent intent. Excited for Chapter 3 in Starfield. Sim Colony, let's go. You're awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Sim Colony. I think I've already reserved in my head the name Sim Starfield because it's obvious.
Got it.
But yeah, I don't know what it would look like. I like wouldn't even start modding without playing the game a ridiculous amount of time. That's like one of the reasons that I really want to get Chapter 3 out before we get to, oh god, I gotta go get rid of this mine and this radio, the second landmine. Hold on, and then I'll finish my sentence. No, I knew that was gonna happen. I knew I missed the second one. Damn it. All right, and now I lost my train of thought. Oh yes, I like one of the reasons I want to get Chapter 3 out so badly is I want to be able to just like unguiltily enjoy the hell out of Starfield. Like most days. Oh, are you kidding me? Did I not get a save because there's no autosave, right? Ah, brutal. All right. Well, we are probably not going to play Negotiator this time around. I will go repeat my scene of. Oh, and I can't fast travel. Brutal. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I would like to play the crap out of Starfield so that I find out, what would feel good in it. Because like Sim Settlements is born of getting very, very well acquainted with Fallout 4. Like if I had not played it a ton and just like dived in with this as an idea, I don't think it would feel as well integrated as it does now. Do you think they will give any devs early access to the big Fallout 4 update? I wouldn't be shocked if they give access to like the script extender team because they know that keeps the influencers quiet if they do stuff like that, because that's they're public opinion drivers, and those folks tend to rip on Bethesda for creating patches that break the game for players who use mods. So I could see them doing that. Oh. You can see the Ron's poster over there.
We had a deal, Trudy. Hand over the goods.
All right, let's see if I can get this arc perfect again.
I ain't giving you poison shilling chem pushers anything. Do you know what that junk has done to my boy?
Beautiful. Much easier solution to this problem. Alright, now let's see if, did I remember to install? Good, good. I still have the mod that lets me save in, without a mattress.
I can't wait to see the crows feeding on that scumbag. Here, this is for you. Now, if you ever need to trade, my shop's open.
You handle that pretty well.
Let's see what you have.
It's all worth every cap I'm charging.
Alright, we're just going to quickly sell all the extra stuff we got here. Oh yeah, I was going to equip that. But I'm not going to sit there and shop for cloth right now. We're not that desperate for it yet. And then ammo. Here we go. There we go. Alright. Let's get that metal arm equipped. Alright. Save again. Alright, off we go. Alright, Jake, I need to check my phone. Okay, good. I was missing a text from the wife. We are good. My my 3-year-old has taken to occasionally waking up and screaming that he wants daddy and no one else. So I gotta be ready for that. Come on, Jake, you're on this. Thank you.
Glad that's over.
Alright, I guess we need some food.
Show them.
Another thing I gotta get used to in this. Hey, 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 hey. You're on you, Jake. That's yours, Jake. I'm busy.
Good. It's over.
Okay. Did we get them all? Alright. Let's try this again. Alright, where is that second one? Oh, it's one of those kind. It was a trap trigger. Got it. I was like looking for a... Oh, no. Radio. Thank you. Alright. Is that it? Is there another one? Am I about to get dead here? I think I got them all. Okay. And I think the rest of them are up that thing, right? Alright, let's pop this open, claim this guy. We're not going to do anything with it yet. I do not need the stress on my network yet. Bingo.
Got it.
Grab some chalk for, why can't I think of his name? Sickle. I just lost it for a second there. Alright, we've got Starfield. Let us head up to Satellite Station Olivia. Alright, up we go. Night terrors are the worst. Yeah, I hope they'll... I don't know if they're night terrors or if it... Because he calms down real fast. It's not... He's, that kid is, he's got opinions. He does not like being told what to do, ever. I think that's just like part of the terrible threes. My older kid didn't go through that, but this kid does not like being told what to do. So sometimes I think it's just a matter of he was told to go to bed, and that is unacceptable. Are you in the mod as an Easter egg? I don't believe I'm in the mod currently. Oh, who said that?
What the?
Oh. Is this a random encounter here? It must be. Those people are appearing out of nowhere. What's going on, guys?
How's it going, friend? You're welcome to join us. Pull up a patch of dirt, stump, old tire, whatever suits you. Take a load off and stay a while. The good fellowship's on the house. The drinks are how I keep body and soul together. Can I get you something to drink?
What is this? A traveling bar?
I have a lot of friends. I make new.
Sure.
So far, I'm wandering. So,
Sure. Let me see what you've got.
my selection is,
Nope, thanks. Can I use your cooking station? Cool. Oh, wait. I'm gonna cook up the stingwing meat. Stingwing meat for you guys. Food doesn't... That's, the, food... What is it? Like, decaying or whatever. That was only in 76, right? That's not in Fallout 4. Good. It was a good feature. I know it was primarily... People probably felt it, like, was designed to make you have to spend more money. But it actually, like, is a good feature to keep you from hoarding. Keep the gameplay loop relevant, so you don't just like one shot invalidate those mechanics for the rest of the game. I always send the junkyard sentry bot to clear out the station. That is a fun way to do it. I don't know if I got the skills for that. Is there, can you do it without any perks? Like, can you just go over there and hit the terminal? Like, is there a holotape or something I can snag so I don't have to have any particular perks for that? It's funny, I usually, like, on stream I try never to do lockpicking, but I feel like I have no choice here. I need all these resources.
Nice.
Gotta get them desk fans.
Sweet.
Yeah, there is a holotape. Okay, cool. Maybe I will do that. Alright. Sugar bombs. Everybody likes sugar bombs. Alright, is this guy... He's got a little quest, right? Is he even here? Where'd this guy go? Oh, I bet this is like a leveled event. I probably got it. Oh, no, there he is.
Looking to earn some caps? I could use...
Sure, I'll go for a dive.
I could probably...
Just head to...
Right. What do you need help with?
The leaks will be on...
Yeah, I'll go do this real quick. Get some raiders here to kill. Alright, I haven't done this one in a while. I guess I need some Rad-X. And a quick save. Because this could go poorly. Alright, down we go. Alright, where are the rest of them bubbles at? Oh, see one. Alright, I think the last one's over here somewhere. There it is. Easy peasy. Is that Jake just sitting there? Yeah, he's like, he's afraid of the water apparently. Poor guy. All right, what stat problem do I have now? What is that? Look at all these effects. Show effects. Adrenaline, cool. Fatigue, that's not good. Overtired, AP for refresh, down. Strength, down. Okay, so I can solve peckish and parched, right? How do I solve fatigue? Is that something I can... Does that antibiotics take care of that? How does that work? Pork and beans, properly fed. Purified water, properly hydrated. Cure illness? Does this... Thirsty from lack of water. Did that do anything, or did I just waste that? I probably just wasted that because I didn't wait for you guys to respond. Let's see here. What do we got for water here? How about this? Will this help with my... That help with anything? Dirty water. Still parched. Oh man. I feel like I'm not doing great at the survival thing here. Alright, well let's get some caps.
Hi.
That's a ticket.
Oh yeah, I think the disease thing's gone, so that
Hit
did
that
work.
switch on the end of the pump. That's done. Just listen to her go.
Alright. Oh yeah, and then we gotta fight. Yep, then we gotta fight Mirelurks. Jake, this is where I need you.
What the?
Come on, come over here. Come over to Jake. Jake, where you at? Lure him over here. Yeah, you guys can kill Sully. I don't care about him. Alright, let's see if we can get them. We'll kite them in range of Jake and his super laser. Yes. Oh no. Wait, I don't want to do that. Where am I going? Nope. Oh god. I knew that was gonna happen. I was like, I'm backing myself into a corner. I'm super dead. Super dead. Gonna need to bring back the death cam count in this stream. Okay. Try this again. I guess I don't know if I can command Jake. I don't think I can. This is just like a temporary companion. Okay. Alright, let's try this again. I think I did the right things last time. I need to do antibiotics. I need some water. I need some food. I think I'm short on enough water, and then I can get some caffeine with some Nuka-Cola. So the oh, it does hydrate me. Okay, I was gonna say, does the cola not hydrate me? But it does. Cool. I will use Jake as a tank. You can't stop me.
Should be some way. Ah, there it is.
Wait, what happened? Did I miss one? Pull the plug. Talk to Sully Mathis. What is he doing? He doesn't like my heavy breathing. He doesn't want to talk to me. Did I bug my character out? Why am I doing this heavy breathing? Alright, let's try this. Let's do player dot move to 14. Okay, good. Stop the heavy breathing.
Maybe if I close off this intake, I can get enough pressure.
Hey.
That's it.
Yep, that was it.
You do the honors. Hit that switch on the end of the pump. That's done. Just listen to her go.
Jake, where you at? Come on up here. Alright, Sully, you're the tank. Oh, we got a legendary. Hooray. Oof. Okay.
What?
Alright, Jake, you're up.
You're gonna regret this!
If you're in a Bethesda game, Mirelurks, you're about to get cheesed. Did I get them both? Nope, 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 nope. What do we got? What do we got? Poisoner's leather right arm. Probably not very good. Alright. Where'd Jake go? Hey, he finally teleported. Alright. Pick up Dogmeat here. I think you guys told me if I bet Dogmeat's an exception because he's used in the main quest. But I think you guys said if I fail to pick up my companions, I lose them. Not ideal. Alright.
What if I redirect the flow through here?
Hey there.
Mirelurks. I guess I shouldn't be surprised that stirred him up. Anyway, I still got some tinkering to do on this thing. Shouldn't be too hard now, though. Thanks for pitching in. Here's a little something before you clear out.
Hey, got the bonus XP. I'll take it. All right. 600 XP for that? Yes, please. All right. Now let's see if I can remember what I was doing with this character. It's been so long, I don't even remember. Let's see. We were doing sneak. That makes sense. Strong back makes sense if I got to carry all this loot around. Let's see here. Idiot Savant, of course. We just got it. Alright, so I have no other perks coming up here. Maybe I should grab toughness. I mean, I really should just start stealthing. I haven't really been doing that. So yeah, we needed medic. Is there anything that's like especially good while playing survival? I'll wait to pick and let you guys comment on what I should grab for a perk point. I'm wondering if there's something that's like way more useful in survival than it was in normal. Like, you know, are some of those perks that you just kind of ignore suddenly decent in here? And then you guys said I should go to the Robotics Yard and sick the Sentry over here. That sounds like fun. Oh yeah, don't we have some Jake's little thing? Can't we get our helmets over here? And yes, I am. Somebody asked, am I playing on 232B? Yes, I am. The fix is really simple. It was...
Just give me a second here.
So I've been starting to get us prepared for Chapter 3's release. And for Xbox players, that means I need to make a ton of space for them. So one of the things I did was moved some of the meshes into Extended. And I forgot, and I accidentally moved one that was required for the Nightingale, so...
I think you look pretty good.
Oh, you're too kind. Don't want you feeling left out now. Here, for you.
There we go. But yeah, the fix is only in SS2 proper. You don't need to update Extended or Chapter 2. I know the Scabbers Yard is in this general direction. And then isn't there a set of power armor over here too? Yep, there it is. I don't think we're going to mess with that though. The one thing that's been I'm really enjoying about the whoa, come here, I need your food. You too. What I've been really enjoying about the hardcore is like my looting instincts are encouraged. Like I always want to loot everything. You kind of got to. And this, let's see. Isn't there like a chest or something around here? It's not just the power armor. Or is that just wishful thinking? I always wished you could... Yep, there it is. Well, that's not all I was thinking there was. I always wished you could salvage these vertebrates when you fly them. Particularly the ones that crash from the... Can I take your helmet? No. Particularly the ones that crash from the Brother to Steel. Iron Stomach is great. What does Iron Stomach do? Let's see. I don't think I've ever used that one. Must be a low level. Feels like a low level perk. Iron Stomach. Lead Belly. That's what I assume you're talking about, right? Lead Belly. Take less radiation from eating or drinking. Yeah, that seems way more useful in survival. Then I can just not have to cook all the time. Toughness seems good for the way I play and my awesome combat skills. There's a flight helmet in the vertebrate and a yellow crate. Yeah, strong back and strength. Yeah, strong back, I'm already on it. Yellow crate is south of vertebrate. Okay, I'll double back and go there. Oh yeah, Lone Wanderer, I think we talked. Yeah, I've grabbed Lone Wanderer. We talked about that. That's just the way I play. That's going to work out great. I guess I could just read stuff. I don't have to. I mean, the rifleman seems like it's going to be an obvious, right? If you're going to be stealth, you end up with rifleman. I just don't have a good rifle yet, so I've been holding off on grabbing that. Could be an argument for grabbing Fortune Finder or Scrounger, just so I'm not, because I'm going to be using my caps on junk all the time. Life Giver. Is it so? How much health do you actually have in this game? I always felt Life Giver sounded so underwhelming. Oh yeah, I guess if I only got 120 health, then plus 20 health or plus 30 health is a pretty big chunk. Okay, so I think the holotape, I'm guessing, is in here.
Excellent.
Now, how do I make it so it doesn't kill me? Or do I not? Do I just hide and let it go fight? Or do I have to like kite it over there? What's the procedure here? Oh, he's just going over there. He's talking about the U.S. military. So he's like, he wants to go over there.
Hostiles may be in area. Non-combatants are advised to seek secure location until perimeter is secured. Weapon systems locked on.
Nice work, buddy. Isn't there a mini nuke over here somewhere? Yeah, there it is. Why can't I grab you? Give me this mini nuke.
Weapon system engaged.
Oh, I had it for a second. There it is. Alright.
Citizens are to remain calm. Unexpected behavior may cause unnecessary defensive action to be taken, resulting in injury or death.
Okay. Go do your thing. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? How do I convince him to go murder some raiders now? Send to station? Is it an unauthorized location because you didn't use the tape? Reopen the tape at the PC. Okay. Is he gonna get mad if I steal from here? Let's just in case. No, he doesn't care. Alright, I gotta do something at the tape. Alright, what did I miss here? Let's see. Oh, okay, there's more to do. Got it. Engage defense protocol. Ah, okay. I've literally never done this. So we have in Conqueror, we've got a quest where you hack him and then you can have him go blow up a mole rat nest that infinitely respawns. And like that's the one use I've used him for.
Initiating defensive procedures.
Oh, this is pretty fun. Whoa.
Protocol for nearby military emplacements that require assistance. U.S. Air Force satellite station Olivia detected as requiring assistance. Engaging navigation routine.
Oh, the stuff like this is awesome. I love that they put stuff like this in. We should have had Jake comment on this, but who would have thought? All right, let's follow in the cavalry. I actually want to just snipe his course and yank them out of him real quick. And I think you guys said I missed a crate. Yeah, there it is. Grab that on the way. Oh, I already did get it. Okay, cool. That visual effect is awesome. There he goes. Get wrecked, raiders.
Wait up! I'm gonna hold back. Scout the area for nasties. I'll let you deal with the raiders directly outside Olivia. Once you're done taking out the trash, I'll meet you at station's entrance.
Whoa, 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 whoa. ultimate companion mode. Got Jake with his death laser and a sentry bot.
Don't worry.
All right, just don't go too far.
Right?
Did I break the quest now?
Good job. You really don't like raiders, do you? There were a few
Yeah, there we
lookouts
go.
around the perimeter, but I took care of them. You don't
Liar.
have to worry about anyone raising the alarm. At least, not right now. Say, before we head in, would you care for a bit of advice?
Sure.
What's up?
This particular raider group packs a little more artillery than the usual riffraff. And that includes some nasty big miniguns. Just remember, miniguns need a few seconds to warm up before they start firing, so make sure you use that to your advantage. And make sure you get your ass behind some damn cover. You can't get hit by what can't see you.
Thanks. I always appreciate good advice.
Come on, let's head on in.
Alright, let's go. Rackster Gaming. Would it be possible to add more unique items that act as a telephone pole on plots? I.e. some junk lampposts. So, in SS2, the what do you call them? The power poles are not part of the plot. You can actually just scrap them. So you can use whatever mods you want to add things. Shortwind, thank you for the donation. Shortwind says, could we scale back the Jake meets Aiden quest encounter? The fight with the gunners is way too hard. I predict you're going to cheat to even get past that quest. But game on, dude. All right, we'll see what happens here. So the reason that encounter is so hard is because Jake and Aiden both have like insane OP weapons. But yeah, we will see how I do. Given the fact that I'm getting my butt kicked by mongrel dogs, I anticipate that you are correct. Alright. Let's see here. All the loot. Oh, you know what? I think I need some water, actually. Where's the right check here? Yeah, water. Thirsty. Although I'd rather just drink Nuka-Cola if that works too. Yes, package for my... Oh. Well, I got all these mutt chops. Sure. There we go. Okay. Did that solve my thirst or not at all? Still thirsty. Does Nuka-Cola not sate your thirst? And that was just like a freak incident when that happened the one time? Do I always gotta have water? Still parched. Well, that is what it is. Oh man, I'm gonna have to get on save cleanup duty after this stream. Okay, down we go. Okay, let's remember we're trying to do a stealth build here.
I wonder.
Jake, find your screwdriver.
We're in luck. Air Force kept a log of inventory, and it mentions a delivery from Concord right here. From Concord Hardware, delivery by Boston Direct, courtesy of Senator K.S. Magnuson. Item 1, industrial-sized Robco ComHub unit. ComHub. That must be the ACM equipment we're here for. And I think it's stored behind that door up ahead. Which is locked. Huh. Looks like it was recently tampered with. There's an extra level of security. Now I reckon I could get through it, though. Just give me a few minutes. In the meantime, I'd appreciate if you take care of any raiders around. I don't like the idea of someone sneaking up on us while I work on this.
Okay. Don't mind me. You do that. I'm gonna loot. Gonna have lots of naked raiders. Oh, I missed. Come on, guys. Oh, there's one. Hello. Oh, are you kidding me? There we go.
Someone's out there.
Nope. Your guys are all suiciding. Ooh. Get him, doggo. Gotcha, doggo. That was super satisfying. Grenade dead. Ooh, souvenir coffee cup. Don't mind if I do. Uh-oh. I mean, I guess we could just walk up in this. Spike armor. How does this compare to our... It's always hard to compare the these big one-piece armors. Oh, that's so funny. I never noticed that they actually have occasional resistances, even though they're so little used in the mod or in the game. Way over. All right, we're not messing with that. I'm probably gonna drop this shortly too. I just kind of want to do my best Jake impression here. Oh, there's that locket. Is this the save that we told Blake Abernathy to piss off? I think that was the I don't think it was this one. I think it was our quick playthrough.
Got it.
There we go. Anybody else in here? Yeah. Oh. Bark at them. They'll drop dead. Good work, Dogmeat.
Nice.
Vegetable soup and razor grain soup you guys are talking about? That's the cheat. That's the hack. Alright, I guess I don't really need to keep the minigun that bad. I like the idea of walking up there and finishing off the raiders with it, but not at this pace. I don't got patience for it. Jake's holding his own up there. It's a good thing we got him that helmet. Oh, what's our helmet situation? Oh, did we forget to equip? No, we got the metal one. There we go. And yeah, let's make Dogmeat look a little more. Come here, buddy. You're gonna look badass like me.
Hey.
Trade. Oh, I can also give you stuff to hold on. Oh, he's holding onto our fat man. Perfect. Dogmeat can't carry it. Well, it's because he's got that fat man. Oh, okay, we'll take it away, buddy. You don't need to be carrying that. There you go. Alright, let's drop some of this stuff. I forgot I gave him that fat man. Alright, we'll drop all this. Okay. I think this is good. I'm gonna get tired of this inventory management game real fast here. Okay, let's find our way through here. You'll do no such thing. Oh my god, with all the inventory stuff.
I need a fucking drink.
Even the core, everything's got me. Just gonna be constantly popping my inventory. Not fun gameplay,
Whoa,
Bethesda.
Look up a second. I hear something.
Tempting me with all this loot and telling me I can't have it.
Good. It's over.
Okay, let's see if he actually got him. Nope. Ah!
And that's how it's done.
Yeah, we'll give you credit for that, Jake. You took care of it.
Hey there.
Mighty impressive. Thanks for the help. I was not enjoying the shootout developing there.
No thanks necessary.
Oh, dang it. Dented my helmet. Oh, well, better than a bullet to the brain box. All right, let's get down to business.
Okay.
Raiders interrupted as I was finishing up. Just need to hit the last few keys on the terminal and...
Hey. Grab
Hey,
that.
presto! There
Can you
we
pick
are.
that up?
Let's
Or is
take a
he gonna
peek
yell-
inside,
Yep.
shall we?
He's just holding it in
Help
his mouth.
yourself to anything that takes your fancy. Only one thing I'm interested in, and I think
I wanted
it's
it
right over
in
here.
your inventory, buddy. Come here.
Hey.
I want you to hold this. All right, what else can we give him? Store. And some more stuff we can sell. Alright, you hold on to that stuff. We got more junk to loot. Just pushes through the body. How much do those mini nukes weigh? Holy cow. Oh, they weigh 12 each. Well then. That's a bummer. And these weigh 4. Okay, well that explains why. Sorry, mini nukes. You're gonna have to stay here. Alright, now I feel like there's gonna be a... something in here I'm supposed to grab, like a bobblehead or a magazine. And if I don't find it, you guys are gonna yell at me again.
That's it.
Let's see. Oops. Well, I didn't mean to grab all of that, but okay. Alright, let's see here. Hey, yeah, give me all this good stuff. Short hunting rifle, that's what we need. Give me all this junk. There's gotta be a magazine or something in here. Yep, there it is. Perfect. That's one I need too, if we're gonna play this character proper. So far, it's not shown to be the case. Alright, what did I grab by accident that I don't want? I definitely want this guy. I guess I'm not gonna use the musket, so drop that. Alright, we got some extra stuff here we can pitch. Wait, why did my strength... Oh, I bet did my strength go down because of my diseases and stuff? Is that how that works? My strength is getting hit, and then it kills off my my carry weight? Because that makes a lot of sense. So I'm just tired. So I need to do... So if I drink Nuka-Cola, does that suspend that for a minute? That's 25 carry weight. Well, that was enough to get me past this, at least.
Well, well, well. What do we have here? Huh. Would you look at that? Interesting. Very interesting.
Why don't you tell me what's so interesting about this?
Oh, right. Take a look. Shipment label reads from Concord Hardware. This is definitely the equipment we're here for. No mistake there. This is the ASAM comm hub. As best as I understand it, this thing connects to the sensors somehow, allowing them to do more stuff. But I wouldn't really know how it does that until I turn it on. Although looking at it, doesn't look like time's been too kind to this old gal. I'm already seeing a fair number of damaged components. I wonder if it'll still be able to run.
Too Loud Trip Honey, that's amazing news, because that means not only did the hotfix work, but also Bethesda must have finally fixed their servers if Xbox players can instantly download. It used to be on Xbox, you would have to wait like a day to download an update to Sim Settlements, because the server would tell you it was available and it wouldn't actually serve it up until the next day. That's great.
Can we fix this?
I don't even know how bad the damage is yet. I'll have to take a closer look back at the hardware store. Well, I'd say we're done here. We found what we came for. No reason to stick around. You were a big help. There's no way I could have done this by myself.
It was a cakewalk. No problem at all.
I'd hate to see what you consider difficult. See, if you've not already done so, now might be a good time to get your bearings. Still can't imagine how overwhelming all this must be for you. Maybe check in on any settlements you've got going. Or if you think you might need more sensors, there may be some not too far from here. A place called West Everett Estates. But I should warn you, area's overrun with super mutants. Might be a challenge for you, even after this.
I might be able to do that.
Well, if you do decide to go, take care. I'll contact you once I've looked over the comm hub. Hopefully by then I should have some idea of how it works. Until then, stay safe out there, alright? Oh, and again, great work today.
Okay. Let's see here. No, don't need a pipe pistol. Okay, let's head on somewhere we can dump our inventory. That's awesome that the line plays as you're walking away. Okay, so what do we need here? Oh, strong back. Yes, please. What else did we unlock by hitting level 10? Nothing? Wait, what level are we? Are we, yeah, level 10. Let's see. I think now that I've got, I guess I can grab rifleman now that I got a hunting rifle finally. And there we go. What's our ammo situation with that? Oh, not great. Not great. Okay, so it looks like I need to go. I need to sleep. Yeah, like my stats are getting wrecked right now. I really just wanted to hang on tight to the adrenaline. It's such a fun little mechanic, but I think I'm getting wrecked by it. So let's head on back to a Red Rocket. Check in on our guys there. Sleep a little bit. Oh, oh. There's no way this is drained yet, right? This takes like a day or two in game. There we go. Alright. Yeah, all those little icons down there. It's a lot going on for my character. And that, I know a lot of it's just rads, but I look like I'm dying. -2 strength, -2 int, -1 perception, -1 agility, -1 luck. Basically everything is just destroyed right now. Yeah, I really see why why they added the you can only save at a bed mechanic, because then it'll actually make you do sessions where you actually end at a place instead of uh-oh, disease outbreak. Treat it all nonchalantly. All right, can I sleep in somebody else's bed? No, you're using it. Anybody else not asleep right now? Can I borrow your bed? Anybody got a bed I can borrow? Hello? Any of you guys want to wake up for me? Alright, I'll build my own. Ornery rusty door. Alright, let's build a bed. Which means we're going to attract... I guess we won't attract anybody because we've got the recruitment beacon turned off, so I can do this safely here. Alright, now I think you guys said I need to build a regular bed because that matters, right? I can't just build a sleeping bag, but I can build a tiny bed. And I also need to go dump a bunch of stuff in the workshop. Alright, so let's see. Let's dump the stuff we're not using. I guess that means I need to make like specific sell-off runs where you come back, use your carry weight to grab everything, and then come back. That sounds obnoxious. I need to do some cooking. Okay, I don't need most of this junk, so I can store it. I guess I'll just store it all. And we don't need fusion cores. We're not using fusion cells. Okay, that just saved us a ton of space. I am going to go grab the chalk, though, because I might go back to... might go back over to West Everett Estates here. And then, while I don't love doing this, I kind of need to at least get this thing in fighting shape. So let's get this thing... what can we do without gun nut? We can do a long barrel. Up the range. Yeah, that works nice. We can up the magazine. Less important. What about sights? Can we get a scope on this guy? There we go. Now we got a proper sniper rifle. Or at least for this level, it's a proper sniper rifle. Alright, let's head off to sleep. Try and save our character from certain death. So can we... What is the benefit? Is it 8 hours, 10 hours? Where's like the cutoff in survival, or does it not matter? Being thirsty synergizes with idiot savant. How does that work? As it gets stupider, the higher chance of idiot savant triggering. Your thirst lowers int, making it more likely to trigger. Oh, that's really funny. Okay, well rested. Alright. Alright, now what other problems do I have? Probably hungry? No, I've got... So just thirsty. And you're saying I should... Thirsty is not a terrible idea? I guess that makes sense. I do want to see a thing trigger so I can power level. Okay. So let's see what's going on here. Let's see if anything's close to upgrading. And actually, did we up... Let me check... one of these real quick. I can't remember if we unlocked organic yet. No, we didn't. So I think to unlock organic, we just need to level up building materials. So, which we need power for that. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to turn off auto upgrades. I think that will help a lot. So we're going to go in mod config here, and I'll just manually upgrade things as I want them to. I'll probably turn it back onto auto again once I have like a full production pipeline. But right now, I'm not interested in that. So let's do, where do we hide that? I guess it's under upgrade. Here we go. Auto upgrade. Off, off, off. Okay. Got auto upgrades off. So now we'll have to manually trigger them, but that'll mean that things don't upgrade before we're ready for them to. Okay, so let's pop open into workshop mode. Let's get our little chart up here. See where we're at. Should be all the same still. Yep, still on -12 cloth. How many days did a day go by? 12 days. Yeah, I think one day went by. I think we used one for maintenance, and that's the maintenance for our water. Oh, and you know, we can fill in water bottles right now before I forget to do that.
Yes?
There we go.
Easy living. This ain't.
Wait, am I just drinking the water? I thought I was filling water bottles. I must not have any. Am I missing something here? Don't you get... I thought you got water bottles from drinking, or is that a mod that does that? Maybe that was a mod, and I just assumed that you got an empty bottle every time you drank something. Oh, you know what? I probably put them all back in the...
I hope you realize how much you did for us.
Thanks, buddy. I probably put them all in here, right? Because those would be junk. Empty bottle. Let's see. No. What am I doing? What am I missing, guys? What am I missing here? Or did they all just happen to get used up? Could have sworn every time I drank things, it would give me an an empty bottle. Well, either way, let's go. So what I want to do is build a generator and see how much, what the resource cost is on that. Because what I'd like to do is get this guy to upgrade. So let's do a generator here. Check what its costs are. No, not industrial. We want to check this guy. There we go, generator. So we need 1 oil and 1 steel. All right, so then the oil easily covered by an organic when we get it. We'll just need to donate a little bit right now. Let's give you guys your own generator. I kind of actually wish I would have done a windmill just for the noise factor. And let's make sure this isn't powering anything else that's nearby. Does not look to be. Well, I guess it doesn't matter because that auto upgrade's off now, so we should be good. Okay, so now we need 1 oil per day. We currently have 22 in stock. So we're still good for 20. Okay, so we still got our 12 days remaining effectively. So that's actually, now that I'm looking at the way that that's set up on there, this is a good like quality of life thing I can improve. I think the calculation that it does for days remaining is just based on like the entire high level category, but it should basically show you the lowest one, right? So like for organic materials for the whole category, it should show 12 is what I should change it to. That would be way more useful. Let me put that down on my notes for future QLL stuff. So make category days remaining show lowest in category. Component mode. That would be a lot more useful, I think. Because then you could look at a glance at each category and see where you're at. Okay, so we've got 12 days before we need to worry about that, so that's a very minimal amount, so we're good there. And now this thing's got what it needs to upgrade. So I think the next thing, the real piece we need to solve to get upgrades after this is going to be defense. That's going to be where we're short right now. Which Jake will give us the basic plots. We could build some turrets, but they're gonna like just kind of not really make a dent with how much defense we likely need. We can check that though. Let me pop in. If I go check I think we can check that anyway. I think it shows us the totals. Let me check. I haven't used this report in a minute. Can't remember exactly what's in here. Go to reports. Needs report. Let's see. Needed 8. Let's go to defense. What do we need? We need to get to 21. So yeah, we would need basically 5 basic turrets, which I doubt we even have the resources to create, and then each of those would need daily upkeep, which would be a lot, probably just eat up our resources in just a couple of days. So yeah, I think we're better off waiting for the defense plot, but I think what I do want to do is flip on the beacon again.
This won't work without power.
Oops. We'll go ahead and power that up. Pair that up with this guy. We'll get this back on. We'll get ourselves another settler so that we can plan on putting him in defense. We'll probably need 2 settlers on defense, so I guess I'll preemptive strike and build a second bed as well. Oh, and actually, weren't we in the middle of... No, I was saying, are we in the middle of If I Had a Hammer? But we are not. We already did that quest. Alright, so we got a bed for the first person. We need one for the second person. I guess I could do a plot for the second person. We don't have... I think we're in pretty good shape there. And we started building up on the roof. Yeah, let's build another plot. Happiness still on the rise. I like to see it. Alright, I'm going to just crush these into each other. We'll pay for it later. Let's lower this just a bit. Now I can't remember the hotkey. How do we do? What is it? Page? No, that's scale. We want to do. Oh, what did I do? Nope, that's not what I want. What is the hotkey for that? Is it? Whoa! Cancel. I want. Is it number 2? Oh, I'm not supposed to have it picked up. That's right. So we go number 2. This is place everywhere. Lower that just a smidge, and then we'll refresh it, and that should take care of it. Oh, and I guess we'll do this one multi. That'll help also, because I don't think we've built any of those yet. I'm pretty sure we just unlocked that. Give it a second. Let's see. Choose building plan. Did we unlock multi-person plots? Don't actually remember. Yes, we did. All right, cool. All right, so our next settler can move in there. Yep, keep this option. Now, is it going to ask me for cost? No, I guess not, because it's not built. No, yeah, there it is. Calculating construction costs. All right, we're missing some wood. All right. What can we scrap around here? I think we already... Did we take out all the trees? Nope. There's a couple over here. We can always go over to Sanctuary and strip mine the place. Give me your trees. Don't mind me, Lily. Just coming over here to take away all of your nature. How are we doing on time? 10:30. Okay, so I guess we can wrap up this. Well, we had a full talk session at the beginning, so I'll go. I'm gonna keep playing for a while. I forgot we burned about a half hour just waiting for the hotfix to upload. Fantastic. Because I would like to go talk to Sickle and friends. Give them this chalk. The rare time I actually remember to keep the chalk. All right, looks pretty good there. All right, let's head on up, and we'll actually I shouldn't even have to pay for that again. As long as it saved the building plan. Let's go double check. This is a beautiful house design. This gives me vibe. Is this a ruined world? Gives me a ruined world design vibe. Let's see here. Yep, Scab Shack by Ruined World. I can see his design style in there. Let's see. How about this guy? New details. 2-story shack. Perfect. All right. All right. Let's head on out, and let's do a hard save so I remember. Save LP hardcore. Is that what we're doing? LPA. Let's see. So this is day 3. We'll do mid-session. Don't know how long we're going tonight until we, at least till midnight, though. Alright, let's head up to West Everett. So we need to track that. Oops. What was that other quest I had up there? Returning the favor, purchase test of late Abernathy. Yeah, I might as well do that. And I think I was holding off on Preston and Company until... Because I'll get them and put them in Sanctuary, give them their own little settlement, but I don't want to deal with it yet. Arnold 34, is there a place in game to tell me what each of the complex resource category symbols means? I had to downgrade to lower level because I couldn't figure it out. The wiki is going to be the best spot to find that information. If you go to wiki.simsettlements2.com, it is all very well documented, or most things are well documented. I'm sure there's always room for more. So any out there who are wiki fanatics or love to have full complete information, I'm sure Sasori would love additional assistance on filling out that wiki. She's kind of become a one-woman team tackling everything on the wiki over the last year. I mean, she's been doing it for longer than that, but over the last year, it's become kind of a single-person show.
I've got that locket back for you.
You serious? That's great news. Connie's gonna be speechless. I'm sure she'll go lean on her prices after what you've done. And feel free to use our workshop. Least we can do.
Okay, so now one of the things I can't recall is, does our maintenance system double back and add maintenance costs to vanilla items that are already there? I don't remember. Or if that's like an oversight that we didn't recalculate for those. Or is there, because I'm pretty sure there's a maintenance cost on food, but I'm not seeing one here showing up on the thing. All right, what about your water situation? I guess it's not that important to us, because if we lose this place, whatever, we'll get it back later. Do we have any more meat to roast? We do. More grilled red stag. I want an I don't care button. Just give me, just cook. Is that an option? I gotta remember, I gotta find empty bottles here. I don't like the requirements. Okay. So I tend to use, in the save that I use for testing Chapter 3 mechanics, I tend to use Abernathy as my like test location, because there's a bunch of little areas around here and settlements. And so in my head I keep going like, I'm about to run an attack with the war mechanics. Those Abernathys aren't gonna know what hit them. Wait, was that a beautiful straw pillow? It was. Oh, empty bottle. There we go. Okay, we'll go fill that real quick, and then we'll head off to West Everett. I'm pretty sure they got a water pump here. It'd be rough living if they didn't. Nothing? You guys just living that dehydrated life around here, I guess. That is shocking. Okay then. I guess going back to Red Rocket is not ideal, but that's the closest place. Do you fall asleep at the keyboard? I do not. I love me some sleep. May not seem like I get much, but I would say I get at least 6 hours a night. I'm definitely not an 8-hour a night guy. I mean, if I occasionally, like if I have nothing going on and I'm not I happen to sleep through the kids waking up in the morning, and it's a day when the wife's taking them to school, then yeah, I'll get my 8 hours in. Otherwise, most of the time, I got too much stuff going on for that. Fill bottle. That's what I was looking for. Okay.
What a mess.
All right. How do we get to West Everett from here? That is a nice hike. Okay, off we go. Hopefully by the time we get back, we'll have another settler, and Jake will call us. I doubt it. I feel like I'm gonna have to find some more activities. So we got a plan on doing some more looting. Did you save the minigun for him? Commonwealth just in action. No, I ended up having to dump the minigun. I got tired of walking that slow. So you're just still sitting there on the ground in USAF. Oh, there is a water pump back by the melons, and I missed it. Okay. Good to know for next time. What do we got over here? Do we got another random encounter, or did we get Yao Guai? Oh, cool. What's going on, buddy?
Excuse me.
Oh, boy. You may want to keep your distance.
Don't worry. I'm not gonna hurt you.
Oh, I'm not worried about that. It's just, well, I think I ate a bad can of meat. Okay. Maybe it was 3 cans. Seemed pretty tasty at first, but now it's got my guts all in a twist. And, well, you can probably smell it from there. Longneck Lukowski's canned meat my ass. Longneck Lukowski's canned poison, more like it. Here, have the rest of it. I'm never touching the stuff again as long as I live. Assuming I live through the day. Ugh. And if you happen to see that Lukowski, tell him I hope he dies in a goddamn fire. Ugh. God. Sorry. Probably better if you get going. If it's anything like last time, it's about to get kind of messy.
That's quite the camera angle there, buddy. Hey, did he not give me any of the canned meat? Aw. I thought we were going to be able to eat some delicious canned meat. Just this canned dog food we got. Alright. And I think let's see, what's my special stat here? Parched and -1. Okay. Keep going. Alright, did this place drain out? We got some raiders to kill yet? I'm gonna let myself get distracted, because really all we're after here is we just want loot. Give us all the loot and experience. Nope, and guy's still there. Where do we go? Where do we go? There we go. There's a mod that removes confirmation screen on cooking. Interesting. I'm not even worried about the confirmation. I just want a button that I walk up to the cooking station and it just cooks whatever I got in my inventory. Don't care about the values. Just give me stuff. Kind of like the scrap all thing they have in 76 for scrapping your junk. It's a nice little quick to use. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, I guess this would be a waste of 308 rounds. Nice. Nice work, doggo. Mmm. Delicious chewed on Brahmin meat. Missed. Uh-oh. Found me. Who found me? There he is. Nope. Right there. Oh, God. Oh, God. Get him, doggo. Alright, why are we still in danger? Other than the rad storm. Ooh, good old cement. Ooh. Oops. Thank you, Dogmeat. The old Stimpak spam. A little more expensive in this. You gotta deal with all these side effects. It's on you, Dogmeat. Finish him. What are you doing? Just staring at him. Okay. Is it the end? So I don't know if we actually need to clear this or anything, but again, junk. Look at this. Beautiful. What's this say? Beautiful empty bottles. Oops. I feel like one of these is going to trigger something. Nope, not so much. Okay. What do we got here? Hey, a chest. Oh, look at all that ammo. Holy cow. I'm rich. Was that just a straight up upgrade to the weapon I've got already? Let's see. No. Not at all, but that's okay. Well, we're starting to get a decent amount of rounds of this, so I won't be as stingy about using it, I guess. Just seems like such a waste on ferals. Alright. Speaking of, I think there's a couple more over here. Yep, there's one. Alright, we'll go ahead and we'll get one out. Anybody else? Yeah, there's another one. Oh, sneak. There we go. Hey, buddy. Oh, he's got a friend somewhere. Dogmeat, that one's for you. Come on, pull your weight. Good work, buddy. Oh, he's got a buddy. Nice, ripped his arm off. Good work. Alright, in we go here. Mildly dehydrated. What does that mean? That sounds much worse than, and it's a red icon now. I probably have to deal with this, right? Let's see. Stats. -4 hint, -3 perception. That's not sounding great. I'm not liking that one. There we go. Nope, that did nothing. I'm so parched. So dehydrated. One bottle of water is just not enough. Huh. Interesting. Alright. I don't know what I'm supposed to do about that at that point, if I have no water on me. What about you? You got any water, corpse? Helena's instructions. Is this a... This feels like a railroad thing. Let's see. The package arrives at midnight. Oh, what do we got here? Dutchman's instructions. What do you have to say? Deliver your package to the old switching station. Runner arrives at midnight. If you need gear, look for the blue barrel. Alright. Blue barrel. Well, that was terrifying for a second. Forgot Dogmeat can just open all doors. You know, it's not all that unrealistic. My little dog, the inspiration for Cola, can open up doors like a freaking velociraptor. It's very weird. Sometimes he's just like being real obnoxious. Like if one of my wife or I have a meeting and we're working from home that day, we got to put him in another room just so because he likes to bark at everybody that walks by our house. And he has figured out how to open every door in the house somehow. And he's a French bulldog. He's 1 foot tall. I don't know how he manages to do it, but he can open like twist handle doors. It's very weird.
It's 1:30. She's late.
No, we don't need that. All right. All right, where is this blue barrel? You guys are probably already typing in the chat, but I kind of want to figure it out now. This is like playing for the first time again. We're getting to do all my looting, exploring locations for the sake of it. Ooh, look at that. Who knew empty bottles would feel like finding gold again? Good job, survival mode. I'm sure that feeling wears, it goes away eventually, like, especially once you get enough water pumps going in the game, you get enough purified water in your workbench that it's not that exciting anymore, but I'm still early game. It's very exciting. Here we go. Yeah, I don't need the pastor's vestments, but thanks for thinking of it. Railroad. Okay. Now back to our mission. This is gonna be the norm for this playthrough. I mean, lots of distractions, so it's right up my alley. Oh, I don't know why I saved over that instead of making a new save. Oh, no treasure. What a rip. There's a mod that lets you batch cook and make items. Okay. Is that like one where like you click cook and then pick how many or something like that? I'd assume. This little event over here always drove me nuts. Like you can save those settlers and you don't get them to come to your settlement. Come on. It feels like a micro mod right there. RNL 34. In Chapter 3, all the battles are going to take place at settlements. I'm thinking that although settlements are important, there are other non-settlements locations that could have strategic value. We are going to use I'll just say the battle system will be much bigger than it was in Conqueror. And then we've got like quest stuff that'll happen that will involve some battles and things. So there's a lot going to be going on with that. What do we got here? Where are we? Okay, I'm in the correct general direction. I don't want to get too off course with my random exploration. I feel like I'm gonna hit a trap or something here. This feels very sketchy. Oh, I bet someone's gonna spawn and attack me because I just stole their jet. Don't blame you, buddy. Dogmeat, hold him down. Oh, I didn't need that, but I'll take it. Alright, what's uphill here? Oh, a little race car. That's sad. Anybody in here want to attack me too? I don't think we need any bones. We're not going to get into that. Oh, I read the saddest comment on the patch video. Somebody accidentally used the cannibal perk on poor old Paul. That just made me think of it, going in and looting corpses. What a sad accidental button press. Here we go. Any traps in here? No, but an empty bottle. We're rich, guys. Okay, that's enough grave robbing for the day. 2 hydrating items per level of thirst. Melons count? Oh, I guess I should have rated them for melons. I didn't even think about that. I do have a melon. Let's see. But not enough. I need something else. Oh, isn't that the... This guy? Whoa! 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 That was nothing. Keep walking. Wait, no, we're going for it. Quick save. Ah, I missed him.
You're here! You're here! Stop hiding!
Hello.
I'm gonna feast on your flesh!
Whoa, one snuck up behind me. 2 of them snuck up behind me.
Hit like a rat roast! In your blood!
That's for you. Oh. And now I'm committed because I saved mid grenade throw. I can probably sneak away. That was a big old squad. I did not expect 5 of them.
I can smell you out there, little sneak.
Nope. You smell nothing. Oh, what do we unlock here? The station house. Single person type building plan for 2x2 resident plots. Cook 200-year-old cans of woofy snacks and reload your gun while you wait for the next train to take you to the happy place. I don't know why I unlocked that, but cool. Dogmeat, get over here, quick. They don't suspect a thing. Oh, I could have left a bottle cap mine where I was. That'd have been a big brain move there. All right, but we'll go with just sneaking out and live to fight another day. My Boston Terrier used to open doors with his head battering ram. Yeah, I guess those little like latch doors aren't that strong. It wouldn't take a ton to just knock them loose. Oh, what do we got here? All right. Level ups are coming fast and furious. Uh-oh. No. Fight Dogmeat. He's my tank. Nope. Uh-oh. I got some sort of infection. That's not good. Caught the rabies. Alright, let's see. We need to medicate here. We need some right away. Hungry from lack of food. All right, well, I got that covered. I got tons of food-like items here. Squirrel on a stick. Roasted mirelurk. Properly fed. Okay. And I think there's some food that still heals, right? I could have sworn that... Oh, blood pack? Just take a blood pack and heal up? Okay. I never used those before. I always just sold them. Okay. That's... And then, oh, and we need antibiotics too, which means we're probably going to have to take more water. I guess we're already dehydrated. Nothing we can do about that. We just need some... Desperately need to get some water. This is some intense resource management going on here. If you want to save ammo, there's a perk that lets you take down animals so they won't... talk down animals so they won't be hostile. Isn't that a pretty high level perk in charisma? I'm like practically a no charisma build. I only got far enough for lone wanderer. Oh, animal friend. Okay, I would need 2 more points. Yeah, probably not going to do that. I'm going an anti-charisma build. Whoa! Whoa! No, 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 no. That seems way too high level. Look at that. Just wrecked. Oh my god. I guess I'm getting a little too far outside of my leveled zone. Okay. Oh, let's try that. Let's try the thing I thought of. We'll see if it actually works. Let's see. We need to put down a bottle cap mine. Oh, yeah.
Stop hiding!
And then run. Or walk, really. Got one. Missed. Nope, nope. That's not a good plan. Okay. Well, let's just go back to the original plan. Stealth out of there. Play the coward.
Come out, wherever you are.
No, thank you. Noodles and stews counts toward hydration. Alright, I'll have to try the stew menu first before I go roasting all the meats right away. Alright, so one of the downsides I'm realizing right here of like going this far out and why I'm about to give up on the West Everetts is like then I'm going to have to hoof it all the way back. But I guess I won't have to stop and clear all the enemies, so it won't be that bad. Alright, and then I think there was the Mongrel hounds over here. Let's see if I can find the alpha first. There he is. Hey, buddy. Good morning. Oops. Well, that's a lot better when you don't get those illnesses. Alright, what did we just hit in level? What did I grab last time, or did I grab nothing? I guess I hadn't used it yet. What can we get here? Well, we gotta get Idiot Savant, right? It's just like an automatic. Commence the power leveling. Alright, that green icon, does that mean I'm well fed or does that mean I'm hungry? Peckish. Just a little hungry. Just a little bit hungry. What do we got here? What do we have cooked? Mole rat chunks, sure. There we go. Oh, another distraction. Is this the lady that sells cats? No. Oh, she got a robot guard. Hello. Oh god. Nope, 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 nope. Oh, and there's that rad scorpion again. Dogmeat, get back here. Ah. Okay. Alright, let's see if we can get combat to reset. Okay, so now what happens if I just leave Dogmeat? I would love to get him, but I don't think I'll survive. Get a second to reset. How close are we now? Yeah, we're so close. Come on, Dogmeat. Oh no. Oh no. Oh god. Don't think this is gonna go well. Need a cheese, need the cheese. Get up high. Oh, I'm coming into super mutant territory. I can see the suicider. Okay. Oh, is he gonna do like a pop up on top of here or something with the dumb dig mechanic?
What? Who's there?
Hello. Hey, you guys want to come fight this scorpion for me? Hey, buddy. Hey, what does more damage? The tail? No, it's got to be the eyes, right? Can I just get him to... Here, you eat that. Uh-oh. I scared him away. Alright, he's almost gone. Super mutant friends. Hey, bud.
To come out sooner or later.
Come here and fight the scorpion for me. Come here. Over here.
Kill you.
Yeah, you guys fight it out. I'll take pot shots. Beautiful. Alright, let's quick save that. Okay, and then let's go see if we can save poor Dogmeat. Brave the kinggath ran away. Alright. Oh, yeah, he's right in there. Alright, Dogmeat, just hobble this way just a little bit. Oh, he is. He's trying to come. He's trying so bad. Come here, buddy. Just a little bit closer.
Threat analysis yellow. Potential perimeter breach. Beginning sweep.
We need to be able to throw pebbles.
Threat analysis. Alert. Hostiles.
Over there.
Area. Non-combatants are advised to seek secure location until perimeter is secured.
Come on. We can make it. Let's go, doggo.
Here.
Stealth mission accomplished.
Get into position.
Come on, buddy.
Head over there.
Alright, now is there like a talk option to make him just not engage?
How you doing, buddy?
Nope. You can ask him his thoughts, though. Very important to know what Dogmeat thinks of the mission. Okay. I think we're going to make it to West Everett, and then that's going to be where we, maybe I'll get the quest from Sickle, and then we're going to shift gears over to talk mode. Hang out with you guys for a while and chat. Spent too much time in my inventory tonight. Need a break. Alright, and I think there's a mutant hound that we're going to run into here in a second. Okay, some water. Alright. I know there's one around here. Just some oh, I guess I can sleep. Oh, I'm still good, though. I don't have the little icon. There he is. Hey, buddy. Uh-oh. Well, we got him before he growled, so. Little ASAM poster Easter egg. And here we go. All right. Hello.
Bleeder! Come closer. I crush you and feed you to dogs.
Easy now. I don't want any trouble.
Come any closer, and Scout smash you. Go away. That sound, what is it? Go away, bleeder. Quiet, Hammer. I talk for us. This super mutant land human. Sickle lead super mutants here. Why you come? Speak.
Just looking for something.
What looking for?
What do you know about this device?
Oh, now Sickle see. Sneaky human wants a Sam Blinkies. No! Special things.
Just ran right past me.
Human can no have.
What if I made it worth your while?
You want a Sam Blinkies? You trade, human. You do work for Sickle. Maybe give you some.
What do you need me to do exactly?
Hammer's brother, Nail, ran away. Coward! Nobody runs away from Sickle's tribe. You go find him. Send him back to face me. Yes, go find brother of Hammer. Tell him come back. He leave note. Sickle can't read bad scribbles. Take it!
All right. Thanks, Sickle. Appreciate you. Okay. All right. This is a good.
Sickle hate Ghoul spew.
Who doesn't? All right. We'll do an end of session save outside of a settlement because the walking time would be too much. HC day 3 end of session, and then I'll cheat after I make my end of session save. So now we'll go COC Red Rocket exterior, and I'm also going to do TGM. All right, so we're going to go to chat mode now. So I'm going to put myself in a settlement so I can show you guys stuff in there if you need to know. I do have an end game save available right now, so if anybody needs me to show something outside of this, but feel free to ask questions. We'll hang out for probably an hour. We'll talk just about whatever. You talk about Starfield. I am hyped for some Starfield. All right, let's see here. Let's do my usual thing of let's get some nice daytime here. Game hour to oops. Game hour to 11. Force weather to pretty. Set time scale to 0.1. And lastly, TFC. And we'll watch our little settlers wander around here. Cool. We made it. I only died like 6 times today. Not doing as bad as I expected. If you're stealthed, he won't attack. I assume you're talking about the combat bot. Well, it worked. Got him out. Thought I was going to have to cheat there. Sinister, I know you think the inventory stuff is boring, but I'm enjoying this playthrough. Awesome. I find it's boring for me to do because the game has like so much great action that I don't want to be dinking around my inventory, and I feel like it's got to be super boring to watch. If somebody like nitpick over individual inventory items about whether they should keep them or not. Really need the food mod. I found that adds MREs to the game with random buff, no rads and tons of flavor. Yeah, no, same reason I'm not going to get loot detector. I'm just going to avoid mods almost completely, like the exception so far being add-on packs, so we get some extra variation in our building designs. But you guys have no idea how many bugs that have been solved this year thanks to these Let's Plays. It is a massive boon for you guys as well as keeping my game simple. I do love I have such fond memories of what the first 2 Let's Plays I did where we just kind of let you guys suggest mods, and then I picked a handful and installed them every week. It was a lot of fun to just get random new content like crazy, but man, were those saves unstable. I remember the day that I decided it was time to end doing that, I spent 5 hours to film 1 episode. And those episodes from the series, because I did 2 of them. I did one where I played through Conqueror, and then I did another one where I played through Far Harbor. And the last episode, no, it wasn't the last episode, it was the last episode of the Conqueror series that I decided to call it quits and start a new playthrough, is to get like those series were like 25 to 30 minute episodes. And yeah, it took me 5 hours to get enough footage because the game just kept crashing. It was driving me nuts. So yeah, I guess even after that, I ended up doing another one. I just knew I needed to cash out that playthrough. But those experiences reminded me of why I need to keep a mod light playthrough for showing off SS2, because I don't need to have a crashy experience. Because anybody new, and that's another reason not to do too many mods. You know, I've watched some YouTubers will put together these like crazy mod lists, and they'll do like character replacers and texture replacers, and it makes it look like a totally different game. And then it's hard to distinguish like what is being added by each mod. And like sometimes they'll make our characters look very odd. And then it's like, and then it, to me, like there's no way I could do that. Like the whole, anybody coming to this channel and watching that is going to expect that I'm showing off what we created. So that's another reason I don't want to confuse things too much. There's a lot of benefits to me keeping a mod light playthrough. Nick Carter, would it be extremely expensive to get Nate and Nora to do custom voice lines for SS2? I would say it's downright impossible. So I've heard through some other folks who have worked with some of the voice actors from Bethesda games, who got them to come on to like their podcasts, or to got them to do like events with them, and they explicitly have said that Bethesda does not want them putting their voice in mods. So I think it's just like, it's totally frowned upon to the point of like they might not be like, I don't think they'd be blockaded from working with them, but I think it's just generally bad form for whatever reason. I don't know what it is. I know Bethesda is, or not, ZeniMax is almost like Nintendo in how extremely territorial they are of their trademarks. They're like extremely concerned with those, and so maybe it has something to do with that. Like if people, you know, if those character actors are putting their voices in, that maybe it causes a problem. But I've had recently somebody tell me that they were explicitly told by somebody who worked on Skyrim that they couldn't put their voice in any mods because of their Bethesda contract. More add-on packs. Yeah, I should install some more. I have, but I haven't really scratched the surface of these that I have so far, because I've only built what, like 12 plots in front of me. So slow and steady on this. I'm taking it like overly conservative right now, because I just want to make sure that I'm giving my settlers the best chance to thrive here. So like we could be building a lot faster, but I mean, and part of it is just I don't have a lot of stuff to build with. Like I gotta go fetch it all. And then I think the other part that makes it slow is usually, I think when I do the Let's Plays, is I do a lot of past time, and that's not great in survival mode. So like not as much, because like I have so many scavenge plots that we'd probably be generating quite a pile of resources every day to build with. Would you consider cheating your carry weight so you don't have to spend so much time doing inventory management? Maybe. I mean, I'm kind of just doing that by just stacking my stats. Like I got Lone Wanderer. I've got, I think that's one that does something with your stats. I don't actually remember. I've got Strong Back. I'll probably put more points into, keep putting more points into Strong Back. So that feels like I'm just focusing on my carry weight. But either way, kind of have to do inventory management because of all the survival mechanics, right? I got to constantly be popping in there and finding food and water to mess around with. Sonic Phil, the whole inventory thing, managed settlements turned me off, so I just ignored those in my first couple playthroughs. Finding SS2 has been a godsend. I renewed my interest in this game. Thank you. Awesome. Good to hear. I mean, we add a bunch more settlement management you can engage with if you want, as case in point this playthrough, but also can go easy mode. I mean, the whole easy mode playthrough, the reason I needed to do that before I did this is to make sure that folks knew that there was like a total opposite of this available. And I've seen several people already comment on some of those videos like, oh my god, I had no idea SS2 had this easy mode. S Ranger, when do you think we'll hear about FO4 NG update? Yeah, I'd imagine. I don't know when they're going to do that. My bet is it's going to be they'll do it on they'll probably do it on October 23rd on Bomb Drops Day. And the timing would be good if they drop Starfield September 6th, and then, you know, a month and a half later do an update to Fallout 4. Wouldn't impact their marketing to, you know, like they don't have to, you don't want to be marketing too many of your games simultaneously, because it's, you know, you're kind of cannibalizing your own audience. So that I could see it being then. But I don't know, did they say when they announced the Fallout 4 next gen update, did they say if it was happening this year, or was it just like, hey, this is happening? I don't remember. Arnold 34, I'm working on an add-on pack very slowly, and I build a multiple person interior plot. I haven't tested it. Was there anything I should look out for? First off, awesome that you're building an add-on pack. I hope you're getting all the support you need. If you haven't gotten far enough into the tutorials, one of them will point you to how to access our Discord channel so that you can get support, because we love supporting new mod authors. As far as things you should look out for, I guess the only thing to be aware of with multi-person is all of the resources involved are multiplied by the number of settlers. So production's multiplied, operating costs are multiplied, everything's multiplied. Because we balanced all of Sim Settlements based on number of people. Since we in SS1, I kind of balanced it around the idea of like space. Like it was like, you know, the bigger, and actually I don't remember, I think I had it so it was like, maybe somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, it's been too long since I've messed around with SS1. I believe the smaller plots produced less resources and the bigger ones produced more. And then, you know, realizing that people can just cheese that with building vertically or bigger settlements, that we went away from that, and now everything's balanced around number of people instead, and the size is basically artistic only. How about grab mine and other city plans and push your rig to the max? Yeah, I probably will. If I start doing city plans, I probably will go get the mega pack. That seems like a good idea. But I'm not ready to do that because I have to play so slowly right now to get my resources up. Like city plans are uber expensive, and they just overload. So it's kind of like, I feel like to play this, I would have to do smaller city plans to start, use them as a baseline to like quickly get a settlement, and then customize all the plots. I think is kind of how you have to play it in hardcore. So in the early game, if I was going to use city plans, I think city plans feel in hardcore more like a late game thing. I don't know. I should try it though, just because to get a feel for how it is. But I'm trying to get like, I want to have like a stable, like self-contained settlement that's generating resources, and then start building up the other settlements and keep them disconnected from my main one. So that way, if things fall apart, I can fall back to my main settlement and know that it's disconnected from the caravan services. That makes sense. I don't want to. That's my goal right now. I want to make Red Rocket like an independent little colony, and then I'll do experiments at other places and see how it goes before we like caravan up and connect them all. Because I don't want to have a bunch of bad experiments leeching off of my main production point. That's my game plan, I think. It'll change every episode, because especially when I'm doing these other types of streams occasionally, like the bug hunt, or next week we're gonna do speed modding. I think I'm gonna forget what my plans were, but right now, if I were gonna write down my plan, that's what it would be. Duncan, right? My Cocker Spaniel could drum a door to find the right frequency to get the latch to pop. What the heck? Yeah, that's a Velociraptor move. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, I don't know how my dog does it. I don't think he's that clever. I think he just like paws at the door over and over again. That, yeah, eventually it just like wiggles free and then it pops the latch. Must need add-on is tiny living add-ons. It adds little 1x1s, chicken coop, rabbit hutch for first aid station. Yeah, tiny living would be a good one, especially for places like Red Rocket. Like you guys can see, I crammed in a couple of 1x1 house plots inside of there. Not a bad idea. You can hotkey food and water. Food is less useful. I find having purified water on tap is useful. Yeah, well, that's why I was like going all crazy when I found empty bottles, because I want to be able to carry around like 15 water or something. And so far I haven't had enough available to do so. And now we'll see if I remember to actually generate all the water, or if I just end up scrapping those all the glass. William Hollock, congrats on the news that you have all summer to finish SS2. Yeah, that was super, super good news. That was one of the things I was, when the Starfield announcement video came up, I immediately like jumped down to the description and comments before I watched it to see if it had the date, because I was just like, all I care about is the date right now, and then I'll enjoy the video. And when I saw September 6th, it was like I just went yes, and then immediately pinged some people I knew at Bethesda and said thank you so much. You guys made my day, because it was gonna be, if they released in June, like I'm confident we could release before June. I don't know if we're going to now because we have a little bit of breathing room, but I'm confident we could do it. I still say confidently we could have released last October. It would have just been a way worse experience because we would have had to cut some stuff, and there would have been a lot more bugs than we're going to ship with. Now, every time I bring up bugs, I always say I'll never have a bug-free thing. I think that's impossible in computer software, but we're going to try and get there as close as we can anyway. And yeah, Starfield being delayed to September is huge news for the development of Chapter 3. It lets us not burn anybody out, not have to cut a bunch of features, get to deliver some of the dream stuff I've always wanted to add to the mod. So yeah, I'm super hyped about that. And then of course, just Starfield looks great to me. I mean, it's if all it is Skyrim in space or Fallout 4 in space, I'm in. It'll be not only one new world to explore, like a new area to explore, be tons of new planets. Now I anticipate that most of that planet stuff is going to be boring quickly. Like it's going to be like it's going to eventually turn into like Mass Effect, where you scan it for the resources and then you're done. I do have high hopes. They talked about a system that sounds incredible, where not only are there random encounters involving people, but it can actually involve entire dungeons can just appear on planets. Man, am I excited to play with that tech, because, imagine being able to do something like we do in some settlements with city plans, of being able to like plop down an entire city, like plop down a diamond city, like full of quests on random planets. Like that sounds incredible. Like what the modding potential of that is nuts. But yeah, just having new, because even though they'll have a lot of planets that are, I mean, they've come out and said it, a lot of the planets will just be just nothing. It'll just be a resource harvest place. There will be at least as much like handcrafted locations and exploration that they have in a game like Fallout or Skyrim, that they'll have to have for their main quest. And like that alone, that's super exciting. Like just love the initial, because nothing's like the first playthrough, right? You never, as much as we tried to relive the first playthrough of Fallout 4 and get enough mods to make it feel fresh, it's never the same. As the first time you're wandering around, you have no idea what you're going to find. No idea if the place you're walking into is going to have some friendly NPCs to talk to you, or if you don't know if you're seeing a random encounter, or if this is a scripted moment. It's like, it's so exciting and fun to explore around and try and find all those little nuggets. J.A., has there been any issues popping up with HQ radio dropping out mid-conversation? Been happening since Glowing Sequest. Had to console skip the radio part, sadly. It's a common issue, but I don't know why. I think my theory is it has to do with the way talking activators work. So, fun development fact. In one of the quests that we have for Chapter 3, we have a character you have to talk to over a radio. And it's not an HQ radio, it's just like there's a moment where you're over like a walkie-talkie. And we were debugging that for a long time, trying to figure out what was going on. And finally, we settled on the solution to make the conversation stop being wonky, is we spawn a tiny invisible actor on a table, and that stands right in front of the walkie-talkie, and that's who you interact with. And that works way better. So I think we might have to do the same with HQ radio. Right now, the way it works is we spawn like an invisible talking box right in front of you, and then like that's so that way the sound sounds like it's coming from your Pip-Boy, and you can talk to it and everything. I think we might have to change that to an invisible NPC, and then I think that might fix a lot of the HQ radio issues. But there is a solution in the mod already. If you activate, well, it works for most people. If you activate the HQ radio again and call that person back, it should resume the conversation, or like roughly at the area you were. So I would try that if you're having trouble. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it has to do with, for whatever reason, those talking activators that Bethesda uses periodically in the game, but they don't use them a ton. I think they don't work good with the dialogue scene system in Fallout 4. I think they worked a lot better in the older games, and they just weren't updated correctly because they don't use them a ton. I'd say there's like 20 uses of them in the base game, and so I think that either they shied away from them because of that, or like the problems just went unnoticed because they're so sparsely used. I'm not sure, but we're shifting away from them. In fact, I already, in the latest patch, I can't wait till somebody finds a bug with this or something. In 232, well, now 232B as of tonight, the quest in Chapter 2, spoiler alert, where you go into the vault and the gunners are there and they leave the radio on the table and you get to talk to Berman. That is a frequent point of things breaking down for folks. So I swapped that from a talking activator to a tiny invisible Berman that sits on the end of the table. So it's going to be really funny if there's a bug that causes him to appear and you just see a little Berman sitting on the end of the table. And I put him in like weird clothes so he's not wearing his usual outfit. So it'll just be like this strangely dressed guy with Berman's head sitting on the edge of the table at about 2.5 no, not even feet. I want to say he's going to be like 10 centimeters tall. It's going to make for an awesome bug. Oscar Fry, I need you to check 232B. Someone I'm talking to has it and they cannot find the mag in Sanctuary Hills. So I would say almost every single time. So I'm on 232B here. We can just do I have a save that is like before I installed SS2. I can just load that up. Most of the time when people have that issue where the magazine doesn't appear, it means that the game didn't load their BA2 files. So they need to manually download and recopy the files. But this save I keep, it is a like out of the vault save that hadn't seen SS2 yet. So we can load it up and see that everything loads correctly. But yeah, because so this magazine, this is not script placed. This is placed in the world. So if it's not showing up for them, then the mod is just not loading correctly. So it could happen if the BA2 was missing. Could also just be if they go into the game and go to their mod screen. So if we go into mods and we go to our load order screen, they should check and make sure there's a check mark here at SS2. I would bet that there's not if they don't see this. All right, I guess we're in this save now. Excuse me. Carvac, the city plans by me under my collection are all done in hardcore mode, so that will work for you. Oh man, that's that. I think who else was it who did that? Murmurakne used to do that. He'd play in his survival mode playthrough and do all of his designs for the city plan contest. What a madman! And he would do it during his actual playthroughs. It wasn't just like a throwaway save for designing. It was always like as part of his survival playthrough. Added extra challenge to the design. He actually had to find the necessary resources to build for his city plan entry. That actually sounds kind of fun as a challenge. Bossy, I need help. Oscar has been helping me with this too, but it's not working. See his comment. Okay, so yeah, just show you. I'm 99% certain the mod is just not actually loading for you at all. Because if it were a script placed issue, that could be a bug. But when it's items that we physically place into the world, if they're not appearing, it's a good chance the mod isn't loaded at all. Could also be, if you have any mods that mess with Sanctuary, it could be that this got knocked somewhere, or like it's hidden in the bench or underneath the ground. Dale Lonick, is there any requirement for importing city plans, like unlocking all plans beforehand? I tried importing one of the RTC Sanctuary plans. Once done, the end result was not the same. No, you shouldn't have to do anything. Yeah, I don't know that's a tough question. Like, so if the plans you're using for somebody else, so I'm pretty sure by default, let's go check. Pretty sure by default we have it rigged up that city plans can just bypass the unlocks, but let me go confirm that real quick. Let's go to SS2. And so one of the things that I see every time I post a video where I have these, where you can see some settlements in Conqueror up here, people always comment like, what? You can use both of them together? No, MCM just loads whatever files it finds. I'm not using basically any of those mods, but it loads the files anyway. So if we go to gameplay, city building, bypass locks is on by default. So yeah, it should be just bypassing any unlocks and stuff. I would only ask on as far as the plans not looking the same. Remember that I don't know how much you know about the mods, so forgive me if I'm telling you something you already know, but that remember that they have multiple levels, so they're going to come in looking real empty and barren, and and then they build up, and then after they level up 3 times the whole settlement, then it'll look like, you know, any of the tour videos you've seen or anything. Nick Herder, are you plans to stream other games on Twitch on hold until after Chapter 3 releases? Yeah, I think so. I think extra stream time like would be better served at. So generally, I like to use as much time as possible of my free time to support the team at this stage. Try and make sure that anything that's holding them back, I just resolve as quickly as possible. So. This stream I'm not giving up because it's a good time to like talk to you guys and have conversation, and even though I'm very, very tempted right now, like when I was getting ready to boot this up and I was doing that hotfix, I'm like I almost don't want to be playing my saves right now because I'm worried I'm dropping all this patch stuff in there, and then I started thinking like maybe I should just not be streaming at all. But I do think that having this weekly hangout with you guys is a good idea. You guys are all like super fans of Sim Settlement, so having these conversations I think is good. I don't want to, because I tend to, anybody who messages me on Nexus or sometimes even on the forums knows that I will sometimes take weeks to get back because I don't go check my messages everywhere very often because I'm hyper focused with all my free time. So this is a guaranteed weekly touch point with all of you guys. I can answer questions and hang out. But yeah, we're gonna vary it up on stuff. I don't think if we're gonna do other games, it would have to be this day. Like just finding a second day is hard. You know, when I do the math on how many hours per week I actually have available to mod, and I look at my to-do list of things I want to get in for Chapter 3, it's like no, I can't spare hardly anything right now. I can't wait to be able to pre-gen and free settlements and build a faction versus just building them. Yeah, that's I need to that's one of the things on my to-do list. I need to go get that system a little more polished up. There's a draft of it working in the alpha right now, but I haven't gone through and tightened it up like with Conqueror. I spent a lot of time making that more efficient, and I never got to do it with city plans working on the back of Workshop Framework, which is way faster at placing items. So I'm really curious once I do some optimization passes how fast we can actually get the pre-build working in SS2 versus in SS1. Let's see. Since the HQ radio bug popped up for me, Jake has been sending me messages every 5 minutes. I call him back and nothing. That's very weird. Yeah, I would probably need to like look at a save that had that happening and dig into the quest stages that are set up and see what went off the rails. But pretty sure I can solve that. And I probably will sometime between now and the 3.0 patch, just because I know we use the HQ radio a lot. Like one of the reasons we introduced that was because it can get very tiresome to have to hoof back and forth to another character, and then like inventing excuses to update quest objectives with like other characters or couriers and stuff gets tiring. So it was just like, well, we've got, we're developing all this technology, let's make that a core part. And like, as I think I've talked about this on the stream before, like we were diving so hard into like the communications aspect of like between the comm array and the ASAM sensors and the communications and stuff, of like how fundamental that is to the mod that it got built into the logo. Oscar 5, so if there's no check mark, should they reinstall the mod with Vortex? You could try just checking it in game. Just like go on the main menu, go to the mods, check it in and see if that works. But otherwise, yeah, I would say there's something wrong. Something went funky with the install if it didn't get checked in automatically. An authority, this might be ambitious, but does SS2 support adding new plot types? Or if I have a plot idea that doesn't fit, should I put it in municipal? So it does not, like, you could make a new plot type, but there would be a lot of problems with it. So we have a lot of hard-coded stuff that like knows all the different plot types, so I wouldn't recommend it. Like there were some parts of it would work if you did it, but we do have in municipal, we have an other class, and in commercial we have another class, because we figured like those would be the two most likely people would have new ideas, like additional shop types or additional city services. So those were where I would put in those other classes. So I feel I'm on a new playthrough, waiting on chapter 3, and I can install city plans, and they include plot types I haven't received yet. Yeah, that's normal. That is to be expected. Because we wanted it to be that people without having to mess with it could have city plans that match the designs they see. So when when you see these city plan contest entries, or you see people showing off their city plans they've designed, we don't want you to have to jump through a bunch of hoops to get to see that same design. I don't suppose you'll stream your Starfield experience. I won't. No, I mean, like, I might stream a second playthrough, but not my first one. Like, for me, the Bethesda games, it is when I play the games with an audience, it's a totally different experience when I'm playing by myself, because I have to stream of thought when I'm playing, and I don't tell you guys everything I'm thinking. So like and so like it makes me have to like think about what I'm saying, right? So like I don't just get into the zone when I'm playing with an audience. So it's a very different experience, and I love the letting myself get all in and just enveloped in the world building and everything. And I wouldn't be able to do that while streaming. So there are plenty of people who are much more entertaining reactive playthrough type of people that you can catch streams for if you want to watch somebody play. But I'll probably do a playthrough eventually of it. Hard to say. Because like at this point, you might have thought I would do like another Fallout, or I guess I did a little bit of 76 on the channel, but I think it really comes down to where my focus is at. So there was a time, excuse me, a brief time, like back when I did 76, when I had the podcast. So there was about like 9 or 10 months where I was going to try and turn YouTube into a thing. It wasn't going to be like a career, but it was going to be like, all right, let's see if I can blow this up and get, a significant enough follower count on it and people watching on the regular to where it would help the mod. And I found that all that other stuff I was doing wasn't really growing the channel in a meaningful way. And so now I've shifted gears toward, I just want to use YouTube as a tool to make the mod better. That's all I care about it. So it's, a way to connect with you guys, put out content that helps people play the mod. They can see how it's played. I like helping people learn, that's where all the mod school stuff comes from. So I've just kind of shifted my focus on the channel. So playing games that I'm not actively modding on the channel that seems kind of counterproductive. So I think it'll be a matter of, if I I will play Starfield on the channel if I start modding it. Because I think I have not made it any secret that at some point I will graduate from Fallout 4 and want to mod something else. Will it be possible for Chapter 3 to not just recruit generic settlers to the army, but convert them to a vanilla faction unit, except for the BS who use unique voices? We have a lot of stuff you'll be able to do with settlers and everything, and who gets in your army. So a lot of it's going to be tied to things you do in the main quest. Some of it's going to be what you do in the vanilla game, like things you'll do, and then of course add-on packs will be able to just let you do any of that. So like if you remember in Conqueror, you had at the start you just had generic raiders, and then eventually you find Maul, and then he starts letting you get various animals, and then you meet and then you recruit either the Forged or the cultists, and then those would become available as a unit. It'll be something like that, but at a much larger scale, is what you can expect for building out your army. Wasted Youth. How should I deal with red sad face icons on settler plots? Happened to 68 and all their bars are full on the HUD. Well, you're almost there then. 70 is the threshold to get to the first plot upgrade level. It's 70 and 80. So 70 gets you your first upgrade, 80 gets you your second upgrade. With city plans, those numbers go up. It's 70 for level 1, 80 for level 2, and then 90 for level 3. With plots, because they start out at level 1, unlike city plans. Plots, you just need 70 and 80. Mod Hunter, since you're going to play Starfield anyway, go ahead and stream and ignore chat. People will watch anyway, so growth for SS2. Yeah, but it wouldn't be just ignoring chat. It would be like, I will feel obligated to talk. Like, when I'm playing by myself, I don't talk. So that I don't think would be, I don't know that would add any value to the channel. You would just be like watching somebody play silently. I don't know that would be very interesting. Like, you could just do that. You just play yourself, right? So the problem is like, by having an audience, it changes my experience. It's kind of like the, what's that scientific thing? Like, you can't measure without interacting. It's kind of like that. Like, there's no way for me to stream it and not be cognizant of the fact that people are watching me. And so it'll change the way I appreciate the game. And I think that ultimately will make me make worse mods for it, because I will not have experienced it the same way you guys do. Quantum, I'm very picky about the outfits of my sellers. Will Chapter 3 have employee Empire uniforms? We have some stuff around that. We're hoping to get some cool stuff in there. We have one thing I can tell you that we have working 100%, and that's called loadouts. And it's a way to quickly equip your soldiers with groups with like batches of gear. But it's not quite like, I know I don't know if you guys tell me, are there any mods right now that do a good job of allowing you to quickly suit up a whole bunch of your people? I know there's in the past, I've seen mods where it's like you can drop stuff in a container. I think I saw a mod once where you could like set up a mannequin and then rig it up with stuff, and then it would clone that stuff to everybody. But I think that ends up being problematic, because cloning items that have object mods on them doesn't work great. I know that there's not any perfect solution to this. And so we have like our own take on it, but it's going to have its own flaws. So I can't commit to, we want that. I know exactly what you mean, and we want that, but there are a lot of technical hurdles in our way. Because like a lot of to do the best job of like a mass equip mod with standardized loadouts, you almost have to use F4SE, which I just avoid because it's opening Pandora's box, and it will lead me to abandoning Xbox players. So I'd try not to do that. I don't think I love that aspect of Conqueror. You could unlock special units. Yeah, we're definitely going to have that back for sure. I think it'll be even more pronounced in this, because we are creating so many unit types. Like Fast, one of our designers, is deep in the weeds right now, creating tons of different units for all the different factions. And like, I presume that most of them you'll be able to unlock as units for your army as well. ASMR Starfield breathing confirmed. Nick, are we very competitive in your Warcraft 3 StarCraft days, like in the ladders online matches? With StarCraft, I think the most competitive I got was StarCraft 2. I laddered that real hard. But I never with StarCraft. I think Warcraft 3 and StarCraft, I might have been, I don't know if I was too young for it, if I just didn't have the patience for it or whatnot. Like, I played those games a lot, but I don't remember ever getting into the ladder stuff. But when StarCraft 2 came out, I was definitely going through a competitive streak, and yeah, I went pretty hard on that. But only for like one season, and then I was like, oh, I gotta grind all that again. I'm not doing that. The same thing happened when I got into Hearthstone laddering a couple of times, and then each time I would make it up to legendary, and I'm like, I don't have the energy to do it again, because it's always like the last little grind to get past that hurdle is so painful, because every loss sets you back like multiple hours of progress, and it gets like it starts to feel like running a hamster wheel. There's no action. It's not actual progress. That's why I love modding so much. Is like every day when I make a lot of progress, even if I have some setbacks or whatever, at the end of the day, I'm building something that will live forever, and it's getting bigger and bigger and deeper and better overall. Whereas when I grind, when I use that energy and channel it into a video game, like all I get is a higher level character or a higher rank that doesn't mean anything to anyone but me. Whereas with modding, I get to make something that means something to a lot of folks, which I love. Chris McLean, if Fallout 4 didn't have a settlement system, is there another type of mod you could see yourself making for the game? One of I mean, I would probably do like a big quest mod. Like I honestly, if it wasn't for, if I'm working with the people I am now, and we weren't going to do some sort of building mod, it would probably be like just a full blown like world space mod. To be honest, it would be like, let's go pick a city and do it. Just because I really love the story stuff, like the system stuff. I love system stuff and story stuff. I don't know which I love more. But like when I originally started modding Fallout 4, I was just looking at some of the flaws I had written in my notebook of like, what are some things I didn't like about my experience? And that's where I started modding. And I think that's where I would always start modding a game, is like, all right, let's first fill in the holes. Let's find the problems that I noticed during my playthrough where like this type of thing started to irritate me, or like I got to the end of this mechanic and realized it wasn't what I hoped for. That's what happened with settlements. I remember I got to the end of not the end of my first playthrough, but like deep into my first playthrough, and realized that settlements weren't actually a part of it. And despite the fact that I'd spent dozens of hours generating this giant settlement with these great defenses, that didn't matter. Like it didn't help later in the story. The placement of my defenses didn't matter at all because the spawns could still end up behind my defenses. It was like a big letdown. So I was like, all right, well, definitely we need to do something about that. And I still think there's more to do regarding that. And I don't think we can ever fix the placement issue. Like they think that's just a fundamental thing that will always be in a game like this that's this open, because the AI has to be able to teleport around. It's just a necessity of a dynamic game like this, I think. So that part I haven't solved, but yeah, I think outside of systems or a settlement mod, probably be just like a big story mod. I'm trying to think of what else was in Fallout 4 that was like, this is severely lacking. And like things that I can't think of a lot that hasn't been touched. Like that's the thing. A lot of the another thing that'll happen with Starfield is I'm not going to just rush out to make every mod I think is necessary. Like I'll download mods too. I'm happy to play a mod somebody else built that solves a problem. Like one of the problems I think exists in Fallout 4 that I would like, if I eventually do another modded playthrough, would be to solve, that I don't want to solve, is the power armor problem. The fact that power armor is just all over the place. Like I know there's a mod that does this, that makes power armor much more rare, makes it a bigger deal to get it. I like that idea, because that was one of the cool things in older Fallouts, is it was like a big deal to get your first power armor suit. And they brought that back a little bit in 76, of making it kind of feel like an end game achievement to get your power armor. You have to, you could get it randomly, but it was unlikely, and it wasn't until you'd start doing some of the raids and stuff where you get the really cool power armor pieces. And I kind of like that feel. I like it feeling like that's your end game goal armor, as opposed to just like you just have it at level 2. So there are little flaws like that, but that kind of stuff gets solved easily. The other thing that's not necessarily needed in Fallout that I just would really like to take a crack at making is a roguelike. But I want one. So I'm gonna forget the name of it, even though it's now, I would put it up there as like one of my top 10 favorite games of all time. What was the one? What was Hades? I was just drawing a blank on it. The narrative roguelite where you like have story elements to it, it's just so cool. And I know there's a lot of games now that are in that genre, and like a lot of takes on it. Like I think even Deathloop I think is basically one. But like kind of want to take a crack at that genre, and I don't know how that would work in Fallout. I don't think it would, unless it was like yeah, and I mean, there's no story element that would make it work. It would just be completely not unimmersive, and that's okay. But yeah, I think something like genres that I would like to tinker with. The nice thing about the stuff we've done with Sim Settlements is that I feel like it fits thematically into Fallout 4, it fixes some gameplay loop problems. Like I feel like that, and that's probably why this has had so much staying power, is that it just feels natural in here. So it was like a good combination of things of like, I happen to love city simulator games, and the game meshes well with it. And that's going to be hopefully the sweet spot I find in any other mods I do. Msala made a mod that lets you save an outfit and copy paste it. That's awesome. I wonder if he solved the problem with object templates. Like often when you go to spawn a copy of an item, it'll often have it'll get randomized stuff on it because they're based on level lists. Be interesting to see if he saw how they solved that problem. Nobody downloads a follow mod expecting bug free. Yeah, but I do think that it on people who aren't used to modding or playing mods or are new to it, and everybody in general kind of expects now a more polished experience out of their gaming, because gaming has come so far over, you know, how long, when's it, I guess gaming would have started, I guess modern gaming, like stuff that we all do like on our PCs and have like you know, first person shooter style games, you know, 25 years to adapt and stuff. We've gotten to a pretty polished state, and so we have so many things to choose from, and you don't have to spend money anymore. There's like a lot of amazing like free to play games. As I always hark back to the fact that we have too much entertainment, so our limiting factor now is less our wallets and more our time, and our attention, and so like, you know, trying to get to as close to bug free to not waste people's limited time. Arnold 32 ballpark here. How many unit types? 20, 100, more or less. I would guess probably shipping with at least 20, probably more, but I don't know. I don't want to give you a giant number and then I get an angry message from Fest tomorrow that I overcommitted him. But I would guess we end up with at least 20 different types, and then add-on packs can add in infinitely more. Jennifer, loadouts. Could you build a plot type that works like a training plot and auto upgrades, equip settlers 1 per week or something like that? We will have that. That's what the armory does. The armory is a new plot class that's coming to Marshall, and that will basically do that exactly. Loadout can also be triggered with the camera mechanics. So speaking of the camera mechanics, the loadouts are all, you'll see when you guys see the gameplay loop, you'll I think you guys will all be happy with it, even if it's not exactly like a mannequin where you're custom dressing. You'll have a lot of control there. But something cool idea XV had with the camera that I really need to add, and it's on my list of things I'm going to add one day. Of that, if you guys have used, let me see if I got a save with the camera. Let's see. Nope. We want to stop opening the Pip-Boy. That's what we want to do. All right, let's delete some of these. I got to delete all these quick saves and stuff. Don't need that. Don't need that. All right, now let's go way down here to our, where's our end game save? Nope, that is, here we go. This one should work. Yeah, I don't know, Workshop Plus, that's okay. So there's Nihir put this awesome melee attack in for the camera. I'm sure most of you are familiar with it by now, but I'm gonna just do it anyway because it's fun. But XV had an awesome idea of when you do this, that you should take a photo of yourself, and then that could be, and give that to Dylan, and then he'd be able to make whatever you happen to have equipped. I think that's a brilliant idea, and I want to add it. Here we go. Pro snap camera. So if I do a melee attack, I do a selfie and then punch. And I think that would be amazing if this triggered the photo mechanic, and all of a sudden you ended up with a photo of Nate or whatever in your inventory, and then it would be whatever you happen to have equipped at the moment you did that. I think that would be a wonderful mechanic. Like that, if it did that real quick. Well, I have to do some experiments with it to see if it's safe to do. because what we do to pull this off is we quickly make the character naked so that we can record. Oh man. Oh man. Oh no. The dangers of installing a bunch of add-ons late playthrough. We quickly make the character naked so that we can analyze which items were, because for whatever reason Bethesda doesn't have a way for us to like fetch all the items an NPC is wearing. It's like just a missing feature in their scripting language. So our solution for this is we do have the ability to monitor for a character when they add an item to their inventory, and when they equip or unequip an item. So we can monitor for unequip, trigger an unequip of everything, record it, and then re-equip them. That's why we have that flash. I mean, and it looks cool, and you get the sound and stuff. So it was like a double benefit that we get to make it look more legit and then cover up the fact that we're making them naked. My concern is if I do that to the player, what's going to happen? Is there going to be any like weird consequences to quickly taking the player's stuff on and off? So like if all of a sudden, is it going to trigger, survival stuff, or like the, because when you're over encumbered, it makes stuff happen. So it's, but it might be one of those mechanics. Maybe I pop it in there and then just, worst case scenario, put it in as a setting to turn it off for the rare person who wants to use the camera as their actual melee weapon without it triggering a photo of themselves. I don't know. I just want to test it and just make sure it doesn't break anything, because somebody's going to accidentally do it or just want to experiment with it, and I don't want it to break something. Let's see. Scabbers, there are mods that add Fallout 3 NV style power armor. Yeah, I figure there are a lot of power armor related mods out there that I haven't experimented with. Arnold, any plans to send units on missions, take minor locations, send a salvage team without designing locations, stuff like that? Yeah, we've already got some. We've already got the mechanics, or like the fundamentals in for that through HQ. We already got the mission system, so yeah, expanding on it is definitely going to be one of the goals. Like one of the things that I'm sure you guys noticed lacking in the HQ 2.0 update is we didn't add much for the science department. To me, the science department is the payoff department. Like that's where you get to effectively, you can use it to level out of the disease system. You can use it to get free upgrade services so that you don't have to spend your resources or get perk points to get access to all the high level crafting recipes. And then there was supposed to be another level, which I think there's a couple of entries in it, which is like there's supposed to be the tech research, not just the medical research. And we didn't do anything with that. And that was because I have a system in my head that I want to implement that I didn't have time for. That's going to be in kind of an HQ 3.0 patch at some point, which is going to be sending the science team out on missions to study things and then being able to take advantage of that. And it'll be like a cool tie-in for all your exploration in the game, and you'll be able to get these payoffs. And so like the same would go for just sending out squads in general to do stuff. I really love the mission system. And the thing I really love about the mission system we have is, unlike a lot of games that just do it like, so the two that come to mind are like Assassin's Creed and Metal Gear Solid 5. Both games I love, but their mission systems are effectively just like timers. You send some people out, a timer passes, and then at the end of it, you get some sort of reward, and, some of those people may have been injured, and, like, that's the extent of the system. Like, I want to be able to, if I send people on a mission, and I decide I'm going to go check on them, I want them to be there doing that mission, and that's something we have, which I love. So yeah, we've already got the framework in for missions, and a handful of missions you can do right now. You can send security to go take over or at least clear all the enemies at a settlement that hasn't been cleared yet. Now, I'm pretty sure if you don't go while the enemies are, or while they're clearing the enemies, then when you get there, it'll say they cleared it and some of them will still be alive, and that's just a technical limitation. But they will go clear a location for you, and if you show up, you'll see them battling. And then you can send people on missions to upgrade city plans. You can send the logistics department on missions to establish city plans where they can actually go launch a new city for you. So the next time you go there, it's already built up. Carvac, I am still about making settlements thanks to your mod. Yeah, you have made quite a few. Are there, Carvac, I'm curious, is there any settlement in the Commonwealth that you haven't done a like pretty substantial build for yet? Quantum unique minigun modded dog armor for Cola. Somebody, I think it's Oscar Fry, keeps asking for power armor for Cola, which would be hilarious. Not gonna happen for me. That would be a next time you guys see Neher doing a make a mod workshop. See if he can make dog power armor, and then we'll just have to convince him to make a tiny version for little Cola. Arnold 34. Building on my earlier question, can you add in new plot classes? Or did that lead to the same issue? Same issue. That either whether it's new plot type or new plot classes, all of that stuff. So originally I had designed the code so that it would be, those would be agnostic and people could add in their own. But we just kept running into technical limitations and system after system where the code was so abysmally slow if it was fully dynamic. So I had to relent and hard code all the classes and plot types. So yeah, your best bet is to do the other type and then hope that eventually I add more classes to cover your needs. So like in chapter 3, we're adding in, I think, 8 new classes. We have 1 new class that I could patch in at any time for commercial, which is the robotics store. We're just trying, there's a couple of things we need to add to it still before it's ready. And then there's a bunch, we've got like, I think it's 6 martial and 2 recreational classes coming. We've talked about on this stream many times of like I have some ideas for some residential classes. I just have to think about how the mechanics would play out. Of like one would be like a robotic housing, which would be, you know, like the charging stations and stuff. That could be fun. But we need to think of like how does that work mechanically, stuff like that. Where there's just like little plot class ideas. We have ideas on paper for tons of municipal classes, but there's also like I think there's a diminishing returns on going too crazy with it, of like when they start to blur, where they feel like they feel kind of samey. Like we have that happening. In chapter 3, we introduce the what in Conqueror was called the Field Hospital, which sounds like the hospitals. We actually changed the name of Field Hospital to Field Medics for chapter 3 because otherwise it sounds too much like the same thing. And so, like, even though we have descriptions and stuff people can read, it's just like it gets to be a lot of feeling like, oh, that could have fit in this or that could have fit in that. So yeah, I think there is some sort of limit. I don't know what the limit is on the number of classes is going to be, but we'll hit some sort of limit where it's just the differences between them are too small to be worth justifying their own class. And that's where I think what we may end up with at the end is like an other class for all plot types. So that way, like any type of unique building plan that's like, nope, this is none of those classes, can still exist without having the baggage of the class. Because the classes obviously come with certain expectations of gameplay mechanics and, you know, specific resource sets. Whereas, you know, if you just can't find one that fits, you'd be able to effectively have your building plan live on its own. Jay, maybe chat can help, but when updating SS2, is it better to uninstall it and install the new update or just overwrite? Yeah, I think chat could help you with that. Depends on your mod manager, I'm sure. So, like, I quit using mod managers. I used to just when I was using Vortex, I would just trigger update from within the mod manager. Most of the time it would work, but occasionally I would have to go manually download and override the BA2 files. But I think when the BA2 overriding fails, it's like under specific conditions. Like it's something like you had, like for me, it would be like because I had the CK open or I had like the game running or something would have happened that would have prevented it from copying. But I definitely have seen in the past where I suggested people, hey, just go do manual download, copy paste the BA2 file into your Fallout 4 data directory, and then it fixes the problem for them. I think the issue is something like because Vortex uses what's called a virtual directory, where it basically keeps all of your mods for your profile in one folder, and then when you go to launch the game, it copies them all into the Fallout 4 data folder, and then removes them again when you're done playing. I think that there can be some synchronization issues there, where some of the files don't get copied or whatever. I think that was where things break down occasionally. Skyways, did you see my screenshot on the site where I bravely charged Sarge under the fort and pulled out my camera? When did you send it to me? Because I'm a few days behind on my messages. I only went today. I went on only long enough to, or since the patch, I haven't really been back on the site other than to post that I have hotfixes. Modern 42, how's Gremlin coming along? So Gremlin, unfortunately, I think our Gremlin expansion got canned. So we have this is a disappointing thing to tell you guys about. So we originally had a project going to expand pretty much all of our custom settlers with more dialogue. And unfortunately, the person helming the project just ended up having a lot of stuff happen in real life. And so there wasn't anyone pushing on the project, and it just kind of floundered around, and we recently made the determination to stop where we were at. So I think in the end we're going to get like 7 or 8 of our settlers will get big expanded pools, and everybody else who didn't make it far enough into production on time is getting cut. And Gremlin, unfortunately, is part of that, because her writing never got finished quick enough, and now it's just kind of like we're in the all right, let's wrap everything up that we've got in production so that we can definitely beat Starfield to launch. And it's getting harder, like as we go longer, it gets harder to bring back people. So for example, the voice actors, like when we pitched this idea to them last year, we had like a timeline in mind where it was going to be like last year we would have had it was basically going to be like a summer project. And then when that didn't happen, well, now we're going to have to go, all of those voice actors that we didn't get to in that time, we're going to have to go convince to be back part of it. So and it's a tougher sell every time around. It's just like, and some people occasionally will say, well, why don't you recruit someone to do this? And I'm like, well, that's not easy. It's the longer a game's been out, the harder it is to recruit people to work on it, because there's less enthusiasm and excitement and stuff as the game ages. So unfortunately, yeah, I don't think Gremlin's going to get expanded content. Oscar Brown, not just for Cole, I want power armor for Dogmeat and for tamed Deathclaws to use against gunners. So just everybody in power armor. Not likely coming from SS2. Darren, one of my main mods is the Minutemen Radiant squads. It allows me to not do all the Preston Radiants by just dispatching a squad. Yeah, that's the kind of thing that that's the kind of thing that HQ could definitely be set up to do. I think that's the thing. So Choo Choo has been asking me to finish up the HQ tutorials, and I just have not had time because I think he wants to learn about the mission system. XV also, I think, wanted to do something like that. And I think some of those folks really want to see the mission system do stuff like that, like use it to clear out Radiant quests and stuff, which would be fun. And it's absolutely capable of it. It's just a matter of I haven't documented it. Oh, it's in the screenshot section. No, I don't think I've seen it yet. Arnold, are those special settlers tied to the settlement system? Can we add our own settlers and add-on packs? Yeah, you could absolutely. So we have a system where you can register NPCs to appear under certain conditions, and then they also can be they end up getting looped into the Ron's dialogue system, so that way he can recommend them to you. And they can be dynamically spawned into the world based on hitting certain conditions. So like the most common we use are certain combinations of plot classes or having completed certain vanilla quests. So, you know, like for example, if you build a settlement with like 5 industrial plots, then there are like 2 or 3 characters that are very likely to show up at that settlement. Stuff like that we've got a system for. And it's all documented, I believe, anyway. Let me go check the wiki real quick. I can absolutely do that. I don't think I've documented the making of the actual quests or anything, but I believe we have the unlock stuff documented. Let's see here. Creating city plans, creating buildings. It would be after the top section. Did I just... maybe I haven't done a specific document for it. I've got the generic unlock system. Basic unlockables. Building plans. Unlockable characters, yeah. If you go to the... Here, I'll paste it in chat. It's pretty simple. The hard part is actually doing your own character stuff, but right at the top of the unlockable character section, I have links to my Bethesda Mod School series on making dialogue and quests. But if you go to this wiki page and you scroll down to the unlockable character section, that is how you inject characters into our dynamic system. Chuju's been asking about nukes. Oh yeah, nukes. I hope soon. Let's hope nukes pre-September, right? Let's hope we get there before then. I anticipate a lot of us disappearing into the stars for quite a while. You know, you think how many hours do you guys usually put into a Bethesda game when you first get it? I remember playing, like when Fallout 4 came out, I must have put 100 hours into my first playthrough. Like I was just intent on finding every little bit, like clearing every part of the map, doing absolutely every side quest, taking each of the factions as far as I could. I got way into that, and that took a long time because I don't have as much time to game. Like, you know, in my high school and college years, I could have done that in a week, but now if that's like a month of gaming for me. If even like that's a month of hardcore gaming for me, because like this represents my average gaming now, like 3 to 4 hours a week, whereas back in the day it would be like 3 to 4 hours would be a light gaming day. Oh, you haven't gotten there yet? Still going through the tutorial. Yeah, there's a ton of tutorials. Like if you're going through the website for the add-on packs, there's just boatloads of content on there. I always like the tutorials I put at the top are for buildings. I put that there first because it's the tutorial series that I've done the most, like that I have intimate knowledge about, because it's a lot of it carried over from SS1. So I think it ends up being a good like starter course to learn a lot about the CK, and a lot of the patterns that I do for that I kind of follow throughout. So you start to learn kind of how I do stuff and how I rig things up to be moddable. So then you need less information with each chunk of tutorials you read after that. So it makes it go a little faster. But yeah, between that, the going through the add-on wiki and then watching the mod school tutorials I have, you can learn almost everything you need. There are definitely some elements that, you know, I still would love to cover eventually. Like I would love to take the scripting series a lot farther. I think it'd be a lot of fun to do like a detailed tutorial series about making like expansive characters like settlers and or companions that have like a very reactive dialogue pool. I think that could be a good tutorial series, but like the fundamentals for getting through everything, I think we've got covered up there already. And then if you want to work, and then like the one thing, I think the two categories I don't really cover at all, that it's just outside my wheelhouse, are animation and weapons. But like the Rizzler has this insane tutorial series on making weapons, and then animation is unfortunately requires very specific tools that very few people have. So I think even if I did know how to do it, I don't think it would be, you know, the 12 people it would be of value to will probably figure it out on their own. Nick Carter, any interested in Hogwarts Legacy? So I was never a huge Harry Potter fan. I think it came out, like, I remember the movies came out, I think the first movie came out, I think, right after either my senior year of high school or right after I graduated, because I remember I worked at a mall booth selling Harry Potter stuff right outside the theater when the first movie came out, and that place was made bank. Like they sold so much stuff because it was like literally it was like the best spot possible in that mall. It was like really close to the theater exit in that year. So like I didn't grow up reading the books, so I liked the movies fine, and like, but I will say that game looks incredible. Like when I saw the first walkthrough of like all the features, I was like, holy cow, this is like if Skyrim did the Mage's College right. Like that looks incredible. Like as an open world RPG game, it looks awesome, but I don't have the nostalgia for it. So like that, so it's not so exciting that I'll go in and play it. But yeah, it looks. I mean, I'm like glad to see that there's more open world RPGs because like we need more than just Bethesda doing them. Because otherwise, and I don't know how close they get to the Bethesda style. I think there's certain elements that Bethesda does that nobody else does, and I don't know that they did it. So like, you know, certain things like the open sandboxing of AI, being able to just randomly use all sorts of furniture everywhere in the world, or like the fact that you can just pick up random stuff, like those little elements like are pretty unique, and I don't know if anybody else is doing those still. Side 404 are unused SS2 settlers like Kamiland coming with Chapter 3. No, I think there are 2 settlers. I think it's Kami and what's the other one? There are 2 settlers where we had recorded at some point, and the audio was unusable. Alex Chang, I think is the other ones. It's Kami and Alex. And they're both like, we had them recorded at one point. The quests are all written. I think the quests work, and we just haven't been able to get somebody to record them. And I think Kami was like there was something awkward about the dialogue, so we just didn't worry about it. Like I think that was going to just be permanently cut. And then Alex, we need somebody who can like legitimately speak Chinese and English, and we've just not found anybody. Like we've put up casting calls for that multiple times, and we just gave up. So we need somebody with good sound equipment who can speak Chinese natively and English, and like who is dual linguist. So like that was like a tough character, right? There were a handful of characters. Carne Asada was another one where when it was pitched, I was like, oh, if we can find the voice actor, we'll do it, but it's not guaranteed. And Alex is one of those for sure. And we did find somebody at one point, but her sound equipment just wasn't good enough, and we couldn't get the audio up to snuff. Like it just sounded very odd in game. For what it's worth, I like hanging out with you, and think you and your team do great work. Thank you. Appreciate it. Try to do great work. Scott Wood, some of the HQ stuff seems a little confusing to me. Can't seem to figure out how to get power to transfer. Power transfer is probably the most complicated thing, and power is one of those systems in this game that drives me nuts because I love it, but it is so broken on so many levels. It causes corruption in your saves. It's not reliable remotely. I can give you a quick rundown of HQ stuff. Give me a second. Let me pop in over there. So HQ is one of those things that I would love to one day completely redo the tutorial. So we ran into a problem with HQ of like the tutorial was written before all the mechanics were finalized, and the focus was more on streamlining the narrative rather than focusing on having a good solid tutorial. And we're going to try and make up for it with the new mechanics in Chapter 3 of making sure that the tutorial is paced better. So hopefully we redeem ourselves with that. But yes, HQ is very complicated. And it's, you know, in hindsight, what we ended up doing is we created the hardcore mode of HQ, and we shipped that as the default options instead of making that like the options for people who turned on hardcore. So like that is a lesson well learned. But we've since with patches simplified what you're actually required to deal with by default. So with power transfer, you need a couple of things. First off, the quest would have had you build it, but you need to have a power distribution room. And in HQ, because there's not a lot of add-on packs for HQ, the only option for that right now is in the basement. And you would have got a quest. You'll get a quest to do that if you haven't already, and I'll show you where it is. You might already know this. Oh, that's right. We got Monty here. All right. So if we go down in the basement, it's the very first room right after you get off the elevator. So if we get down here. Oh, hi. Hey, bud. My dog is poking me right here.
Going down.
So right here is our power distribution room. So after you build that, you want to upgrade it. Oh God, we got mole rats, and I'm gonna take pictures of them.
sorry.
There we go.
Should've just run. Yeah?
Okay, so anyway, you're going to want to upgrade this place, and then that will increase your max power. Then you're going to just build power transfer at your settlements, and at those settlements, you also want to set up supply agreements with them. If you've done all those things, your surplus power should end up here. So let's pop in here, and we'll bring up our full... Oh, do I have that? I don't think I have the hotkey set up. Hotkeys. Extra data. J. Okay, I was in the wrong hotkey. Is my mouse? Yeah, my mouse is outside. Here we go. All right. So then you can see on my power bar there, I have all the options turned on. So right now I need to not only have power from my settlements, which right now I have. So to read this little meter over here, the first 3 columns are the stuff that's in use, and then the next 3 represent the max. So the first column there with the little picture of a worker that says max, that's how much my staff can supply. That setting, if you're playing a recent playthrough, like in the last 4 patches, you can ignore that column. It doesn't matter. This is only if you're playing with all the options turned on. Do you have to worry about that? And then that is determined by your workers. So the more energy you have in a department, you can see it's 10-to-1 right now. So for every 1 point of engineering energy, I have 10 max power I can support. Then HQ itself has a max. So what can the building max? And that is controlled by this room right here. By upgrading that, you increase the max HQ can support. And then finally, the third one is your caravan icon. And that's how much power is available to import from your settlements. And the lowest number there wins. So for example, even if HQ can support 2100, well, if we don't have at least 2100 power coming in from your settlements, that doesn't matter. And in the same way, if your workers can't support the maintenance of 2100 power, it doesn't matter. So it's always the lowest of those 3 numbers is what you will see appear. That's why you can see it's highlighted in each of the columns. Like we can only support 1000 caps because that's what HQ can handle. We can support 4800 scrap. That's the second row, even though HQ can support 5500 because our staff can't. And that's how it's done around across the way. If you're playing on a modern save though, and you're playing in automatic mode, and you've played and your save is in the last like 4 or 5 patches, all that matters is do the settlements have it. Then if you're playing in City Builder, the middle difficulty level, then it's only the last 2 rows, HQ max and whether your settlements have it. Those are all that matter. And then if you're playing on hardcore, then all 3 matter. So like right now I'm in a save that has everything enabled. This isn't a hardcore save originally. I think I have component on the right there, the component resources, because I was demonstrating something in the last day we did this particular playthrough. So like each level difficulty adds another row to the complexity of the different resources. So hopefully that is a little bit of a better explanation for you. Happy now, this Hogwarts Legos is much more shallow than it lets on, to be honest. Huh. Well, it looked way deeper than I think it needed to be. That game I don't think needed to do much to be, because there's been a while since there's been a really well loved Harry Potter game, and I know that people are nuts about that franchise. Oscar Fry, I can try to redo Carne Asada. I'm Mexican. I don't want to have him redone. I think he's great. It would have been cool to expand him, but went to sleep in my settlement, woke up with Carney looking down at me. I almost shot him. Some random fan. In the CK object window, there are different kinds of default lights. What do non-spec and NSLF mean? So NS means no shadow. Non-spec. So this is something I'm not an expert on. So specular has to deal with how light reflects off of things, but I don't know enough of it to speak. So I think it's basically like every texture has what's called a specular map, and it has to do with shininess, right? So like, for example, this crate, you can see it's got like shine on certain part, and that's to the specular map. I think the non-spec lights won't trigger the spec maps on things they highlight. I think that's what that does. LF, it means lens flare. So like they're just different codified things to tell you what effects that those lights would have. Your best bet most of the time when you're if you're designing, I don't know what you're making, but most of the time you want to use NS lights, the non-shadow ones, because the game can only support so many shadow lights before you tank performance. I don't know if is there support for other locations becoming HQ? Yes, there is. The code for HQ is actually totally independent. It doesn't even require Chapter 2, but it would be a metric ton of work for somebody to do their own HQ. Like literally every piece of HQ has to be done per HQ. So that's like all of these little projects, all of these like menu items, everything has to be 100% unique for each HQ. The only thing you get by default in the code from SS2 is you get the HUD and like you get like all the code that runs in the background, but all the individual projects you have to rig them up for each HQ. So it would be just a crazy amount of work. I mean, hundreds of hours. So I don't anticipate anybody doing it solo, but I could see it being something that maybe a small mod team or something might do one day, or like a dedicated add-on that you know, maybe starts with a small HQ and slowly expands it. But you know, like even thing like I was talking about earlier about like the fact that security can go and run a mission to take over a thing, that's not even included in the base. That requires a special project set up for the HQ. So it's like it's very open-ended, but the consequence of a system that's so open-ended is it means that a lot of the work has to be redone over and over again. Delonic, thank you for the holy cow, that's a huge donation. Unless I don't recognize that symbol there. But thank you so much. Thank you to the mod team for creating the best mod unofficial DLC for Fallout 4. Should have been in the base game from the start, adding huge replayability content. Keep up the great work and good luck on Chapter 3. Thank you so much. Yeah, I hope we crush it with Chapter 3. I'm very hopeful. There's still a ways to go, especially on the main quest. I'm feeling very confident in our systems, like the re-implementation of the war mechanics from Conqueror. I'm really satisfied with so far. There's a lot of like polish level detail we got to do, like a lot of balancing and things like that. But yeah, it's really coming together now. Discmaster, I discovered something interesting the other day after E&B added a draw call measurement monitor. The PRP SS2 version of the HQ cell has 4K more draw calls than the one in SS2 in the center. I don't know what that means. I know what draw call means, but I mean, like, what is the draw calls than the one in SS2 in the center? I don't know what that means. I was curious about something, so one of the, and I'm actually going to reach out to you on Discord, and I haven't done it yet. The one of the most common requests we get with HQ is people want to be able to have different walls, and the only way I think that could be feasible would be to not have the pre-combine, which would be horrendous for performance for most people. But you know, maybe there's somebody out there who's got just a recent like NVIDIA card, and it's just like, no, I don't care, I just want to throw money at the problem of like, is it feasible to, I guess what I want to do is it possible to like ship with the pre-combine, and what happens if the person doesn't have the pre-combine? So this is like two problems. Is, can I have pre-combine, and what happens if I don't ship with the pre-combined NIFs? Does the game just crash? Will the game just not use them and just break up into the individual components? That's one question. And the second is, could those players just have like a pre-combined breaker, like basically just like a patch mod that just like disables the pre-combine? The teaser still lives rent-free in my head. Oh, we were talking today. Sarek was asking about, I wasn't today, maybe yesterday or the day before, asking about getting started on the full trailer. And we cannot yet, because we need the main quest further along in production, because the trailers, as you can imagine, to get to that quality level, take quite a lot of resources, like require a bunch of us to put in quite a lot of hours of work. So it's like a distraction from the working on the quests. So sometimes it's worth doing just to like that teaser was 100% just or it was a reminder to all of you guys, hey, we're still alive and kicking. And then internally, it was just like a good motivator to see like that we had some stuff to that level of polish. Oh, you're saying the precombines in the PRP patch are that many more draw calls? That's weird. Is that or vice versa? Is it? What do you think caused that? That's quite the difference. Precombines is to reduce draw call, but HQ doesn't really have that many. That's interesting. I guess the draw calls kick in when you start building all this stuff, right? Like, you know, having these rooms with all these different weapons and stuff. Like, there's just so many textures we're loading in. And like the basement floor is not bad, but yeah, I would love to be able to, because like that. It almost feels like the main level really needed to be 2 different cells, but because we were trying to preserve the feel of the base GNN, we didn't want to mess that up. Measurement was in the main cell, the one with the big glow object in GNN center. I mean, part of the benefit is that Bethesda did a lot of work in that cell to help with that. I think like it's got what do you call them? Room bounds set up everywhere. It has a couple of like big. Well, you know this. It's got a couple of big like slicers to draw, like to break up the thing, and then like the midway through the building, there's the hallway that blocks visibility to the back half of the building. So the building is kind of split in 2 already. Trailer will be worth the wait, I'm certain, but holy cow, teaser was insane. A lot of analysis posts on it and theories. Yeah, we went hard on that teaser. That was like that was the first time we ever did a teaser, like a story teaser. And that was because Pontus, who did our main story, chapter 1, chapter 2 trailers, came to us one day. I think because he had exited the mod scene and I think he was missing it. And he said, hey, what if I did your teaser, your story, and your launch trailer? And we were like, yes, yes, and immediately got on board with that. I think he regrets offering that now, because I proposed to him we were going to have to start a trailer soon, and he kind of went like, yeah. So my bet is he will do our big teaser, our big story trailer, and then he's gonna want to not do our launch trailer too. But yeah, the teaser trailer went hard. Usually I do the teaser trailers, and they're usually like, they all have a similar format. I'm sure you guys have recognized it. I've been doing them since Industrial Revolution, which is like, it's something very, it's super teasy. It's almost like I present to you a cryptic puzzle with no clear idea of what's happening, and it's just something that I can do by myself most of the time. And that tends to be, that's what, like the closest we got to this was the chapter 2 teaser. We did poke the voice actors to get some I think we just got Tom to do some for Jake. Otherwise it's like yeah, our things are very minimalist. I do remember the SS2 teaser we did before we even announced that it was SS2 was super complicated to make. I ended up having to learn how to rotoscope to make that. If you guys haven't, let me see if I have it handy, because some of you guys probably never even saw it. Let's see. Because I want to see if I would have called it SS2 teaser. I might have renamed it, because I used to always name everything just teaser or trailer, and I wouldn't put, and I would refuse to put, there would be nothing. I still will keep doing this because I like it. I will never comment on anything on a trailer, and I do not put anything in the description. I like it when it's just, I just love to see all of your guys' theory crafting. Like, that is to me the point. So I intentionally don't engage, and I keep it very cryptic. But here is our initial teaser trailer. I wonder if I'm going to get auto copyright strike or something for this. This was our initial teaser trailer for SS2 before we announced that there was gonna. I'm pretty sure this was before we announced there was gonna be an SS2. So this was just like, as far as people knew, this was like the next expansion after Conqueror. And like, there's this little scene toward the end. Oh yeah, this is Sir Rick doing that. This is where we first introduced the new ASAM model.
Is all but guaranteed. Homes, leisure, industry. A better future is on the horizon for America and her citizens. Thanks to Rocco Brand ASAM Sentry.
Oh, I just realized I probably made you guys all deaf. That was so loud. Or maybe you didn't get to hear it. I don't know. OBS, but that whole foot thing. Apologies if that was deafening, because it was for me. Anyway, that foot thing, like, that's not really in the game. That I rotoscoped that whole thing in. So, but like that was the most effort prior that we had put into a teaser, because we were so hyped about SS2. Chapter 2's was a lot easier to do, and then Chapter 3's was our biggest teaser as far as effort. This is the first time I've been around for new chapter hype. Never really active in the community before, so it's really fun to be more involved now. Yeah, I'm hoping we get, when the trailer drops, I hope we can muster up as many views as we did on the Chapter 2 trailer, because that one did really good, spreading far and wide. And I think part of that was like and we spent a lot of time thinking about the marketing of like because we're a little bit jealous of like the Fallout Miamis and the Fallout Cascadias, because they look like a new mainline title, so they tend to go super viral, whereas our trailers do not. And so we kind of made the thumbnail and the title of the Chapter 2 full trailer to look like it was like a new expansion, like kind of gave it kind of a DLC vibe. And so it didn't go viral, but it got a good amount of views. I think it's got like 250,000 or something, which felt good with all the effort put into that. And then the teaser that we just did for Chapter 3, I think is got like 35,000 views or something, which is a little disappointing, but it's still from a perspective of like how many players outside of you guys are seeing it. But it's still fun to know and exciting that we've got that many folks who care enough about the mod to check that out and get excited about it. But yeah, that trailer, that teaser that I just showed you, and then I stopped because it was blowing out my ears, and I realized you guys were probably going deaf too. That was released. I don't think it made as big a splash as our story trailer, because it was like, the story trailer was really good. The one with Jake's voiceover, that one was so good. But that little teaser trailer, that was basically like foreshadowing the gunners coming in. Like that was what the boot, that was an animated gunner character. And the idea was, and it was actually teasing something that isn't going to fully make it in as a mechanic because they're a technical problem. So anybody who's got extended, and you guys have seen me gush over it, the fact that we have destructible plot buildings available. Some of them are a little janky, like the agricultural ones look terrible. Some of them look amazing though. And Sebo, who I call our technical animator, figured out a way to automatically generate those destructibility on the buildings. And we had like a tool we could run to generate it dynamically, and but it was super resource intensive, and you needed to have a specific version of 3ds Max. And so what we were trying to do at one point, and that, like, back when I made that teaser, that was part of it, is you saw a lot of those plot buildings were destroyed. Our plan that we had to abandon was to create a web server where add-on pack authors could upload their buildings, and it would present them with a destroyed version, like a physics-enabled destructed version. And then we were going to have like this complex like destruction gameplay mechanic where during assaults and stuff, like during raids, that NPCs could attack your buildings and knock them down. But without add-on packs being able to support it, it wouldn't be very fun. So we ended up having a scrap on that. But that was like going to be like the idea of the SS2 when we put together that teaser. we didn't have all the chapters fully figured out. Like, that was early enough where we were still, like, we knew the story outline and everything. We knew what was happening, but we didn't have it broken up into the 3 chapters yet. And so, like, we were just teasing the fact that you were going to be battling the gunners was their story. And that was what that whole teaser was about. It's just like your settlement was destroyed, and a gunner boot comes in and smashes an ASAM sensor.
Is required with an identification of a specimen.
Quantum, would you say there will be as many HQ designed new tech like the radio and function for the memory chair? I don't know how to answer that question. So will there be as many HQ designed new tech? Are you talking about in Chapter 3? Will there be that much new tech? Oh wow, it's late. No, it's like I'm yawning here. I wouldn't say that. We haven't focused a ton on the HQ side of things. Yet. And it'll be one of those things. So, like, yeah, it's hard to get into without story spoilers. So, but the HQ can be expanded infinitely. So we'll definitely add more stuff. Like I said, I have a vision for a 3.0 HQ patch that will expand the science department dramatically. I was afraid we needed Chapter 4 where we learn Jake has an evil long-lost twin brother that's using ASAM tech to make raider camps out of settlements. It sounds like a plot for a Fast and the Furious movie. John Cena will show up as Jake's long-lost brother. Let's see. I've definitely been hyping up SS2. I had a Fallout birthday party long ago, and I got some pals interested in it then. Hope to do some private streams with them when it drops. Awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I love, all of us on the team love watching playthroughs of content after we drop it. It feels so rewarding to see people's, like, authentic reactions, because it's really hard to gauge each other's reactions on this stuff, or like even our testers, because they see it. We all see it in its various states of disarray. Like, so, you know, we can be impressed with each other with like oh, it was really cool to see it come that long way, but it's nothing like the initial impression when people play it for the first time. So yeah, very much looking forward to watching Let's Plays of Chapter 3 when that happens. But yeah, guys, I think it's time. I think it's time for me to go to bed. It is almost 1 o'clock. Been good talking with you all. Fun to play some more survival mode. I think I'm doing okay. I'm starting slowly learning all the 8 items I've got to consume, and how dangerous combat is in this. And maybe next time we play hardcore, we'll actually do some stuff with our settlements. I think today we built 1 bed and 1 plot, 1 bed, and 1 generator. That was the extent of the settlement gameplay we did today, which was not the intention, but that's what happened. So next time we do hardcore, we'll hopefully do some more settlement building. I think I really just want to trigger the unlock of organic and get the jury rig plots, and then we'll be able to kind of move forward. But I think next week, I think we're going to do speed modding again, barring if I'm just not in the mood for some reason that day, if I don't have the energy for it. But I think that's our plan for next week. So, but then we'll get back to hard mode, because this is going to be kind of our default, and then any of those funky ones are going to be the wild cards. We won't be doing any bug fix live for a long time. Probably not until, I could see doing it like, actually I could see stopping streaming for the couple of weeks after Chapter 3 comes out, because I'll just be hot fixing every day. But anyway, I'll catch you guys next week. I'm gonna go to bed.